Oh, hello. You're not
Hello.
gonna say anything?
I wasn't sure that was a hello or not. I was very
It was
confused.
an hello,
Okay.
you know. A little delayed, because food.
Yeah. You had to heat up food, and apparently that took like 45 minutes. When I looked and you were out there, it was like 10 to 8. And now it's like 38, so.
Yeah, well. The heating up food did not take that long, but we also had to eat it. And I don't know, I goofed up, honestly. We're using like pre-made like pasta stuff, pasta dishes. And we were both having the same, so essentially I should have, instead of what I did first was, make one in the microwave, because you can make them in the microwave. Which was hell, because it kept bubbling over all the time. So I had to stop it a lot, so it took, a lot longer than 10 minutes. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I should have taken both packets and just made them in a pot together, since they were the same. But I didn't. Because I would also have, instead of being 20 minutes per dish, it would be 10 minutes for both. Ish. I'm not math. Not today. Oh, well.
Oh well.
Back at this shit again.
Yeah. But this time, we're hunting FB. We need to figure out who it is so we can take their phone and use that. Because it's the only thing that can change Moika's mind in the past.
Yes. Even though we have a super hacker who should be able to spoof, but whatever.
We don't really know how, if we have zero leads on the whole FB thing, so I'm not sure.
No, what I'm saying is,
Plus, he is helping with making the time lead machine. Technically speaking, right now.
yes. No, what I'm saying is, instead of getting FB's phone, just figure out what their address is via Moika's phone, and then spoof it. So send an email to, or send a mail, a D-mail to Moika where it looks like it's coming from FB.
I don't know the technology about how that would work, but I can imagine.
Pretty sure you would be able to do that back then too. So
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, they at least. I'm not sure Okabe knows about it, so maybe that's why they don't do it.
Maybe not. I don't know. Cause,
He is not the biggest tech man to begin with, so.
No. But yeah, because spoofing email or mail addresses are not the hardest thing to do.
No, if you know what it is, I'm not sure that.
If you know how to do it.
Yeah, if you know what it is and know how to do it, then yes, I agree. But I don't think Okabe knows that, considering he is a Japanese normal guy.
Normal?
In that aspect.
What is
about
normal?
Technology, he is normal.
Normal doesn't exist.
He is an average citizen.
There are norms. Nothing is normal.
We're not having this discussion, because that's not where I'm going with this.
No.
So that's not worth taking up right now. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Either way, we're about to hunt for FB.
Sure. Hunt.
tracking down FB.
Hmm.
I just like using the word hunt because it makes it more serious.
It makes it sound like we have to kill them.
Well, you never know what has to happen. Hunting down also doesn't mean kill. It could also be capture. But either way, we're here to get FB's phone. And to do that, we need to know who FB is.
Yeah.
You know. So let's do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You ready for that?
Nope.
Oh. Well, shit. You better get ready then.
Yeah, I'm a little tired.
Yeah, we're both tired.
I know, I went to bed at an okay time, honestly. Or went to sleep, I should say. At an okay time, but I don't know, slept most of the day.
Same.
I've been really tired these last few days.
Same.
I hate being like this. But, oh well.
But yes, we should get right into it.
Yeah. It's midnight and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie.
Oh shit.
There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBN 5100's size, it couldn't fit in the regular sized lockers.
Yeah. It's very, very big.
She must have put it in one of the 3 large lockers on the right. The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBN 5100 already inside? I want to check this. I want to
check right this instant.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. I'll get there.
Eventually.
I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moika which locker she used.
Absolute buffoon.
Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? Don't know how easy that's gonna be. Let's try it, just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab.
And then the fucking thing's no longer in use. That would be so funny, wouldn't it?
Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the open door. Both ends are pointed, but whatever.
Don't worry about it.
I hope you're using the right end. Oh. Police. Just as I begin to pry, a shrill hello Val. A shrill
Val.
siren shatters the night. I look up to see the red lights of a patrol car coming this way.
Shit.
Their timing couldn't be worse.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached by policemen. How?
Literally
what?
got caught
I'm
right
sorry.
when you did it.
How?
There might be some kind of sensor on the lockers.
Yeah, but immediately?
The police has nothing else to do, okay?
No, I get that, but you know, what's the chance of them being right there? And
pretty high, honestly.
Also,
in Japan. They're everywhere in Japan.
Yeah, but still, set locker trigger alarm thing, whatever, whatnot. Still has to reach a terminal somewhere and then get out to.
Maybe they reported someone suspicious. It doesn't have to be the locker itself.
I guess. I conclude that this is another effect of attractor field convergence.
Also that the world doesn't want him to get that fucking IBN 5100. So the world's just like, the police just happens to be there because you can't get your hands on this.
No matter what I do, I cannot obtain an IBN 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed.
Yep.
I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me.
I
So,
was fucking disappointed.
can he be charged with anything?
I mean, yeah.
What is he? 18, 19, 19?
He's 19. And 18 is not even the criminal age, so for this kind of stuff.
No.
But
I don't know what
because it's his first offense in Japan, they're like, warning, because he is not an adult.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. He will not be charged unless he starts doing it. Like, you have to remember in, like, Japan and many other countries, they have juvie. And they make ample use of that.
We also, has special stuff for...
Yeah, but it's not the same as juvie. It is not a prison specifically for juvenile people. We don't have that. We have institutions. It's not the same.
No, because, well, we're, focused... As far as I understand, the idea is that we want to focus on helping them.
Yes.
Rather than just putting them in a prison.
I mean, that's also technically what juvie is for, but it's just more strict. It's a prison where they hope that you rehabilitate yourself. That's what I wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is still the same. It's just a way more strict and disciplinary thing.
I don't think that's necessarily the right course of action.
No, but a lot of countries have that.
Yeah.
Including Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And he's old enough for that, that's for fucking sure.
Oh, yeah. In Denmark, it is 14. I don't think it has been lowered to 13 yet.
No. So I actually know what the criminal age is in Japan.
No.
I know that there's been a lot of problems with, like, criminal age in Korea. Or in South Korea specifically.
Yeah. The Korea we talk about.
Yeah, I just wanted to be specific. Because, it could also technically be North Korea. But, that, because they're, like, not too long ago, their criminal age was very high. And if they were under that age, there was nothing, absolutely nothing the justice system could do. They could not, like, send him in institution, send them to juvie, nothing. They could do nothing, even if this child murdered someone, knowing full well what they did.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit different. Like, we still have, we have a criminal age of 14. But if they're younger, they still are mandated to get something, maybe like therapy or something, I don't know. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Japanese has a similar system like that.
Don't know.
Don't know that much about Japanese justice system.
No. I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moika's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick it up at all.
To Daro, favor to ask. You know the coin locker in front of Daibiru? I need you to check if the big locker on the lower right is in use. Please, this is very important. Hacker! Hacker man.
Before I get there, I sent Daro a mail.
IBN5100 を入れたのは右下のコインロッカーで合っているか？
なぜ
IBN5100 が入る大きさのロッカーはあそこには3つしかなかった。そのうち一番下のみが使用中。もしお前が一番下に入れたというなら FB はまだ IBN5100 を回収していないことになる。この意味がわかるか？あそこに貼っていれば FB が回収しに来た時に会えるということだ。その発想はなかったか？ラウンダーのくせに冷静さが欠けているぞ、お前。俺は張り込んでみようと思う。お前は？
会ってどうするの？
FB に携帯を借りる。
That's the best way to prevent Moika from going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
会えない。
Stein?
会う勇気ない。幻滅される。
お前はとっくに幻滅されているか？最初から期待すらされていなかった。
Just like Dara's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. I head across the street from Daibiru,
You know, big building.
and begin the stakeout. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. So hungry.
What?
That's what he said.
Oh,
So hungry.
okay.
I mean, he probably didn't bring any food or anything, so,
No.
you know.
Knowing him, he didn't.
I'd love
Is
to...
what we should say.
I'd love to go get some food, but...
Yeah, we just ate before we started this, so.
But I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? No.
Hello, Moika.
お前、なんでここに？
She decided to join you after all, that's all.
私も張り込みを。ダメかな？
なぜ心変わりした？お前は FB とのメールだけの関係に居心地の良さを感じていた。その適度な距離感に依存していたはず。なのになぜ今さら一歩を踏み出そうと思った？
このままじゃ FB からの連絡がなくなったら私世界とのつながりが
断絶されるか。
Moika nods faintly.
孤独に耐えられないくらい弱いのに FB の命令さえあれば容赦なく人も殺せるとはな。典型的な狂信者だよ、お前は。
Yep.
Her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. It pisses me off.
なんだこれは。
Ampan! That's what that is.
もしかして差し入れか？
What does it look like?
Moika nods.
よし、許可する。お前も張り込む。
I will allow it. Allow what? She's already bought it.
Now we can take... allow her to help with the stakeout.
Okay. I was just like,
It
what
was
do
not-
you mean?
It was not about the food.
You see why I was confused, right?
Now we can take turns watching, and we'll also look less suspicious to passerbys. I mean, if you read the text, it would be a problem.
Yeah, I heard what he said, and he's like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah, but if you read the text, it would have been clear.
Yeah, but I didn't.
No. Because you're too preoccupied to actually do the stream.
No, I am very much listening. Bribe with food, yes.
The night draws...
I just have something I have to finish.
Mm-hmm. The night draws on and still no sign of FB. Brugge. We nap in 1 hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion.
I mean, staking is a tiresome job. So.
On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Moika can't keep a conversation going.
That too.
So there's nothing I can do to stave off boredom. The wait finally ends just after 1 PM on the 13th. Someone comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar.
It looks awfully generic to be FB.
女性よ。
となると雇われて回収しに来た人間かもしれない。
The man has the key to the locker. He pays a late fee with 100 yen coins, then removes the cardboard box with the IBN 5100 inside. With a bit of effort, he manages to load the IBN 5100 onto a pushcart and begins walking away.
Also,
It's gotta reach FB at some point, right?
When the man arrives at Akihabara's station, he leaves the cart next to him and begins reading a magazine. A short while after, a second man in a white t-shirt, sister shirt, but whatever, casually walks past him, taking the card as he goes. The first guy doesn't even look up.
妙だな。
What was the purpose of that transfer?
He's to
To
avoid
keep-
getting tracked.
Yes.
But he's just like, why go through all this trouble for this? Damn fucking computer.
Was this just a handoff from a collector to a transporter? At any rate, if we keep following the IBN 5100, we should reach FB eventually.
Yeah?
Well, not necessarily, but okay.
I mean, at some point it's gonna reach FB. But question is, how far down the line is that?
It's gonna reach someone. That's for sure. Whether that's FB, I don't know. I mean, I know because that's how the story goes.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean, you'd think that since FB is the boss of Morka, it would reach FB at some point. That's usually how hierarchies go, at least in Japan.
not necessarily. It could be someone higher up than FB that's gonna receive it.
If you take Japanese work hierarchies into consideration, it's more likely FB is going to hand it to their boss. Because that's how it works.
I don't think you can necessarily go by that when it comes to criminal organizations.
Even in Yakuza, that's how it works.
These are not Yakuza.
No, I'm just saying, even when it comes to a criminal organization,
I don't
that's
think
still
this
how it
criminal
works.
organization has any kind of redeeming features. Well, okay, not redeeming
I
features.
wouldn't say that's redeeming features.
No. That's
All
the
I'm
word.
saying is, from Okabe's point of view, that is more likely. That's all. But I guess we'll have to see.
I mean, we don't. We follow the man into the station. I can't help but stare at his tattoo on his neck. Taking care not to be spotted, I continue to observe him. More than 30 minutes pass and the man hardly moves a muscle. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic. I mean, that's Shinjuku.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, this is the Yamanote line, so it's the ring, so there's always passengers in it.
Yeah.
降りる
We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have to push our way through the boarding passengers. Not wanting to lose him in the crowd, I follow close behind him. But then I stop in my tracks.
Go on. He doesn't have the thing with him.
His suitcase is missing. It's not a suitcase.
No, don't worry about it.
It's a box on a trolley. What?
Yep. They don't make it to the train. Train's closed and you're fucked.
They know how to lose a tail. I mean, obviously. I return to the lab and leap an hour back.
This time we don't get off the fucking train. At least he has this, because otherwise he would have lost a long time ago.
I find myself inside the train.
新宿駅で仕掛けてくるぞ。あの男、降りたと見せかけて荷物を別の人間に受け渡す。さっきはまんまと引っかかった。
さっき
俺は1時間後からタイムリープしてきたんだ。
タイムリープ
The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. It's not what he said, but okay.
No, but that's
I get the idea.
contextually that's what you'd say in English. You wouldn't just say the station, but in Japan they just say the station.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's not like the metro or the subway, whatever the fuck you call this, because it's not metro, it's not subway either, but it still works the same way. Sometimes they'd say "Tsugi wa Shinjuku," and that's it, which is more akin to the English. But on the Yamanote, they just say the name. Because then everyone understands, even English-speaking people will understand that.
Yeah. The doors open and passengers spew out.
やはり
After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato.
This is fucking Shibuya Scramble all over again. Literally.
Snaking around the tracks that run through Tokyo like a web.
They also did this to delay the police.
Yamanote Line, Meguro Station, to
Namboku Line, Nakado Station, Yurakucho Line, Ikebukuro Station,
Okay,
Fukutoshin Line, Shinjuku Sanchomen Station, Toei Shinjuku Line, Kudanshita Station, Tet Owo, Tozai Line, Kayabacho Station. I thought it would be easier if I just pronounced it.
Okay.
It's a lot of Japanese words, and it's gonna take so long for you to get through them all. It is in a way that you find satisfactory. I'll laugh.
Whenever they give me the slip, time leap and resume the chase.
Yeah. The God we have that, huh?
Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Hibiya line and return to Akihabara Station, where it all began.
Yeah, they basically looped around just to go back to Akiba. It's fucking hilarious.
I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moika. Car honks its horn. Well, okay, that is specifically called a...
Does it matter what it's called?
You know, it's a proper pickup truck.
Yes.
Not the bullshit that you see in America. Moika and I immediately hide. A muscular man hops out of the truck.
Hello there, Tennoji! What?
No, it can't be. Why is he here?
That's a good question.
Does this mean he's connected to FB, the Rounders? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's connected to the enemy... I shiver at the thought. As we continue to watch from a distance, Tennoji takes a suitcase, it's not a suitcase,
Oh.
and loads it onto the truck. Then he
I think
gets...
this because it looks different in the anime compared to what they just use as a word in English. Yeah, I think it's purely just because they didn't bother to translate it into something else than what the English game said. Or what the Japanese game said in this particular version.
I don't know, sometimes they say just package,
Yeah.
which is more correct than a suitcase.
Yeah, but that's because they have a word package in Japanese is just pagechi, so it's just an English word.
Yeah, but still, it's just... All I'm saying is...
Again, I don't know what it said in Japanese, so I can't be sure about that, but I think that's what it is.
Then he gets into the truck alone and takes off towards Showa Dori. I stare after it in disbelief. I timed me several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explained the situation to Moika. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Sturbex,
Sturbex! That's funny. I don't know, I find that like, oh sorry, I found that very, very interesting the way they wrote that.
I don't have a license, so Moika's driving.
So many time leaps.
緊張しているのか。肩に力が入りすぎているぞ。運転歴はどれぐらいだ。
ペーパー
I love how she just says, I have a license. On paper, I can drive. Maybe that's why she, like, when she chased us the first time in the car, she just rammed straight into us because she doesn't know how to drive when she has to go fast. She's never done it before.
I was surprised Moika had a license in the first place. Apparently, FB told her it would come in handy for her rounder work.
I mean, yeah, it probably would.
Finally, we arrived at Tennoji's house in Okachimachi.
Yes, Okachimachi.
どういうこと FB はどこ
あの家に運び込んだことが何を意味するかだ。一時的な保管場所ということなのか、それとも。
Moika insists that FB is a woman. So maybe it's Tennoji's wife, whom I've never met.
She's dead. Right? No, wait. Yes, wasn't she dead? I don't know. FB Mills. I think you met the right call in for. Honestly, I don't know anyone who works as hard as you do. Okay.
Yes, but question is if... yeah, I don't think Okabe would know that, because that would be on one of the endings, I believe.
What?
We'll figure that out.
Figure what out?
That the wife is dead. We go to his house at one point.
Yeah, but we do that in the main story too.
We do?
Yeah, because we get the divergence meter from him after we continue onwards from Suzuha's ending. We learn right before Suzuha's ending that Tennoji knew Suzuha.
Hmm.
And then after that we get the divergence meter. from him after Suzuha's ending.
Yeah, but didn't he give it to... I don't know.
He gave it to us afterwards, but we, like, for Suzuha, before her ending, she gave it to us, but because we changed it, it was now at Tennoji's place.
Yeah.
Both in the ending and in the main story, we go to Tennoji to check the divergence meter every time. Because it's always there.
M4 というのが私のコードネーム。それも FB がつけてくれた。
Moika is a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You'd have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moika was so dependent on FB.
今度はここで張り込みだな。
We park a couple of blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tennoji goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There is no sign of his daughter, Nai, or his wife. Something finally happens early Sunday morning. Just after 3 a.m., a white station wagon stops in front of Tennoji's house, and a number of men come flooding out.
あれは
It's the mercenaries. I would assume.
They are the rounders who raided the lab with Moika.
今度はどこへ？
I'm interested in Tennoji's story, but the IBN 5100 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport.
Well, shit, it's leaving Japan now.
The 6 men, IBN 5100 in tow, board a plane headed for France. CERN's home country. What does it mean?
天王寺の妻が FB の可能性がある。
Since there's been no sign of FB this far, she must be an extremely cautious individual, but the evidence suggests only one possibility. On Worldline Alpha 1, Moika's men attacked the night the time leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. It
was.
It makes sense if you assume that Tennoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to.
That's true.
When we get back to Akiba, Moika and I start walking towards Tennoji's house. But on the way, I get an angry call from Kurisu demanding an update, so I decide to take care of that first.
あんたね、少しは連絡したらどうなの？
I'm busy!
ずっと立て込んでいたのだ。
立て込んでたね。
Kurisu glances at Moika.
もしかして心配していたのか？
私じゃないわよ。私は別にあんたがどこで何をしてようが知ったことじゃないけど。
Sure thing.
ただ、まゆりはすごく心配してた。見てて痛々しいぐらいにね。せめてあの子にだけは連絡してあげなさいよ。
Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever.
Probably because you haven't.
すべてはマユリを救うため。敵の正体がもうすぐ分かりそうなんだよ。
というか敵って彼女は敵じゃないの？
Oh, that's
敵だ
complicated.
が真実を求めるため協調体制をとっている。
マユリを殺す人なんでしょ？
そうだ。
However, Morika's just a pawn and one that no longer possesses a threat. To save Mayuri, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone.
Yes.
まあいい。それでこれからどこか行くんでしょ？私もついていく。
正気か助手よ。
正気だけど助手じゃないから。
Assistant mine.
Hmm.
危険かもしれないぞ。
今日の私は死ぬことになってる。
I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today.
いや、お前は死なない。
だったら問題なし。世界から死なないことを保証されたようなものだから。
Right. Kurisu doesn't die today, neither does Mayuri. The only person who dies today is Kiryu Moika.
True.
Today, she does herself in.
She unalives herself.
She does herself in.
Yes.
I've already told Moika her fate. But in spite of that, Moika doesn't seem upset, at least on the surface. She's expressionless. As always, the only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moika's not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask, is she struggling against the fear of death?
Guess we'll find out.
I decide to confront Tennoji directly. I have Kurisu stand guard from afar, while Moika and I go inside.
Okay, I was just about to say, what do you mean? Kurisu's right there. And now she's not.
Not that we're planning to break in, we ring the doorbell like honest citizens.
You know, hello, hello.
Tennoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room.
Electric fan.
Hmm.
Hey, 52!
The divergence meter is sitting in its usual spot. I glance at numbers.
よく来てくれたな。
Yourselves!
It's just after dawn, much too early for guests, but Tennoji welcomes us with
Oh
a
my god, look at him. He's in like jogging outfit. But he's comfy.
ずいぶん早起きなんですね、ミスター・ブラウン。
まあな。苗の学校の時間に合わせてるから、基本的に早起きなんだよ。今夏休み中だが、もう習慣になっちまってる。
I suppose.
お嬢さんはまだ寝ているんですか？
うっせえ！前のこと聞き出してどうするつもりだ？
No?
そうとしたらマジで殺す！
I mean, I understand why he'd say it, but this is a serious moment, Tennoji. God damn it!
I'm more interested in his wife. My wife!
My wife!
He showed me into his house, but she's nowhere to be found. She sleeps too? Well... sort of.
Eternally, yes?
Sort of. I suppose you could say she's asleep.
Yeah.
Or could she be hiding somewhere?
I mean, considering there's a fucking altar, I mean, okay, I understand. Sometimes they also have grandparents' altars in their homes, but...
Wasn't the altar also for...
It was also for Suzuha. It was both his
Yeah.
wife and Suzuha. He said that. But yeah.
I'd like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course that's impossible. Impossible! And then there's what he said just now, seeing Nai off to school. That sounded like something a single father would say.
I mean, in Japan, yes. In Japan, from our country, no.
I suspected that FB was Tenergy's wife, but
Sorry.
that may have been a mistake. I mean, it was also my mother who
Who saw you off to school?
Yeah, well, not school. It was more like when we were younger and couldn't be home alone before school because both of my parents go off to work early. My mother would drive us to SFO in the morning.
Yeah, after
before
school.
school.
Yeah.
Because they also have like a morning thing. Because, some
yeah.
parents are busy,
Yeah.
early in the morning.
We didn't have. I mean, yes, we had an SFO. That's not what I'm talking about. If we were there early, which I did sometimes when my mom would drive me because she had to drive early. Usually, my father would follow me to school on bike. But if I was driven by my mom, I would actually. We would go to the kindergarten to stay until school time because they were open that early.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In the beginning, we didn't have the SFO building. It was something that was built later, but instead of that, I think SFO was essentially in the preschool classroom.
I mean, we had the entire time we had a building of its own.
Yeah.
It's an old SFO. I do also remember there are sometimes like in summer, in the summer vacation, where our parents obviously didn't have vacation all the time. We would also have to, like, my parents would have to tell the SFO which weeks we were there, because there weren't going to be that many kids, because parents
obviously
have vacation at different times. So I do remember that, and you also had to meet later. You can meet us early. But most of the time my father actually followed me because he had his scooter. Motor scooter.
A moped.
No, it's not the same as a moped.
Because a scooter is...
It's not a moped.
No, but it's not called a scooter in English.
No, that's why I said motor scooter. It's, the thing just below a motorbike, that looks like a motorbike, but it's not.
It's a moped.
No, that's not a moped. Moped is different.
How's a moped different?
I believe it can't drive as fast, for one, as the one my father had. He had a 45.
A moped can drive that fast, yes.
I'm pretty sure it's different from a moped still. Regardless, though, it doesn't matter. He would, follow me slowly on that while I biked to school. Because it was at least halfly on the way. So.
It's nothing. I was just thinking. I need answers, but how do I get them?
Ask him directly.
Mordecai is just staring at the floor. And whether or not Tenry's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks.
Just ask, where is your wife?
この家の前に6人の男が集まり、とあるものを持ってフランスに渡った。そのことについて当然ご存知ですね。
In this context, I can understand why they would translate it to package, because he just says a certain thing. So that would vaguely be translated to package in English.
So the issue is not so much the translation, but more the inconsistency in how they describe it.
Because either he describes it as a suitcase in Japanese, or he says the thing. The transporting or whatever the fuck. There are many ways to say it in Japanese. And then they probably translate it to package.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's probably it's context stuff in the script and Japanese. I think is the reason why it changes between the two.
Yeah.
IBN5100 あなたは知っているは
I
ず
love how he just with a straight face says, and so.
レトロ PC だろ
Synergy seems like a completely different person today.
I love his spoon.
Hmm.
It's cute.
あなたは何者だ
Probably silver.
運び屋かそれともラウンダーか
Smiles at them.
裏切ったのか M4
Oh, she reacted to that.
M4 is Moika's code name, something only FP should know.
もしかして
But you're supposed to be a woman. He tricked you all along, bitch.
ブラウンって知ってるか
Yeah. FB doesn't stand for Facebook. It stands for Ferdinand Brown.
Well, yes.
Obviously, because, you know, he's Mr. Brown.
Yes, but I also didn't know his first name, so I never heard his first name.
Oh, you never heard the guy who made the Brown tubes? It was Ferdinand Brown. If you...
Oh, is that what he meant? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd...
No, his name is...
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Ferdinand. No. It's
Okay,
the
I was
guy
very
who
confused.
invented the Brown tubes. His name's Ferdinand Brown.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure we already know his full name.
Yeah.
It's Japanese through and through.
Yeah. Okay. I was... Okay. Mook and I look at each other confused by the sudden change of topic.
So if
Alright.
you had a keen
Brown
interest in brown tubes, you could maybe have figured this out. Because they put such an emphasis on brown tubes in this game. You could have. I'm not saying it's easy. But you could have.
That sounds like something they could expect you to realize in an Ace Attorney game. Those kinds of like leaps of logic.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's illegal. I'm not saying the game intended you to figure it out before now, because it clearly didn't.
No.
I'm just saying it is something you could have connected the dots if you had a keen interest in brown tubes. Because this game, there are no, like, everything... I don't even know what to say. There are no coincidences. So if you had to think about what Facebook would mean, or Facebook, oh my god, FB would mean, there are no coincidences. So if you put two and two together, you could figure it out in that aspect. But obviously, I don't think the game intended for that. But it's a nice, twist that you could pick up on under special circumstances. You do not sound interested whatsoever.
I expected it to be better.
What? To be better?
The clues.
Oh.
The
But
way
as I
you
said-
talked about it.
Oh.
You hyped it up a bit too much, I suppose.
I'm just saying, if you know about brown tubes, you could say FB stands for Ferdinand Brown, because the game just focuses a lot on brown tubes. And we have one character who's fucking obsessed with brown tubes! It's contextual clues, it's not direct clues.
They're just eating.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at what they were doing.
Both just eating from each of their own bowls.
Yeah,
because
for once.
that's the only way they can do it.
Yeah.
Having one bowl.
It's because one of them starts eating the other one. Ooh, I also want to eat, but there's no space for them both. They cannot share unless they're out of the cage. Then they can share the bowl.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah. It's a bit special here. When it's in the cage. Because when it's in the cage, they more or less has to sit on the bowl to be able to eat from the bowl.
Yeah, I know, but still, they can sit
Which means
really,
there's
really
less-
close together outside of the cage, and it ain't a problem. They can like sit side by side, almost touching, and it's not a problem.
When the fuck have you seen them do that?
I have seen them do that, where they both eat and they just like shift between one of them putting their head down. It's very adorable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny how it's just different outside the cage.
Teruji has a thing for brown tubes, I know that. But what does that have to do with anything?
フェルディナント・ブラウン。頭文字は
That took you a fucking while, come on.
FB
そういうことだ。
What a code name. It's a very Mr. Brown code name. Alrighty then.
Teruji asked if we could talk elsewhere, so we left his house. I imagine he didn't want Nai overhearing him. Meeting up with Kurisu on the way, we follow him. We walk about 15 minutes to a construction site, and as we enter, Teruji casually...
Oh, hello, here's the handgun.
The motion is so smooth and natural that I didn't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moika.
This is quite interesting. In the I mean, I know this from the anime, but in the original game, we didn't go anywhere. He just shot us in the fucking house. Because I know there's a CG of that.
What is he thinking, pulling a gun on us? Well, you know, with his daughter being home, it would make more sense that he wouldn't, you know, have her be involved.
Yeah, I understand that, but I have hindsight for more plot points, so honestly, I don't think it would matter. Unless, of course, Tenno didn't know about it, but I have a hard time understanding why he wouldn't know the things I know. But whatever.
Moika and I are unarmed.
We didn't plan for this at all! I mean, it's not often in Japan you see someone pull out a gun so casually.
あなたの奥さんは
Dead?
苗を産んだ時に死んだ。
Yeah.
それが
That's what I thought.
No wonder I've never seen her. She was never there in the first place. Manoji is FB.
There's no doubt about that.
そんな嫌よ。
俺への依存の次は現実逃避か
When did Kurisu got there? They said that in the game, Val. They walked and they met up with Kurisu and then went to this construction
Well,
site.
she was, you know...
She was a bit away in case they needed backup.
She was outside the house.
Yeah.
Essentially.
It's just like a few lines saying that and just continue on. Kurisu's always been in the vicinity. They just met up with her.
We're at an overwhelming disadvantage.
I don't blame you for missing it. It's like 2 lines.
We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. Now my reluctance is going to get us killed. No, not us. If nothing else, I'll be spared. The world doesn't want me dead today.
No, that's true.
My survival is guaranteed.
For now.
Well, as long as the attractor field model holds true.
And so is Kurisu's life. Because the future needs
That's
her to
not
be alive.
important right now.
No. The only one who's going to die today is Moika.
However, Moika has no such protection. She dies today. Doesn't matter how. What am I going to do about it?
Anything you can do?
None.
Okay, that was 4 kanji. No matter, we both thought the different things. I didn't see the first kanji. Never mind. I was like, it's the first one because there's one more and then there's stop. But there's 4, so we were both right. And both wrong.
It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FB's cell phone and send a D-mail to Moika in the past. That is the reason I'm here.
あなたがラウンダーの一員だったとはな。セルンの犬だった
This
とはな。
entire time, the guy who's giving us the space to make these experiments was our enemy.
間違っちゃいねえな。
Damn it.
Is this who he really is? Was a gruff but good-hearted storekeeper just an act?
Nah, I think that's still him. He just has a job to
ラウンダー
do,
とは
honestly. He still gave us a spot out of, you know, care for Suzuha.
あなたにそんなことをさせるために世話をしてやったんじゃない。
なんだよおめえ。スズさんのこと知ってんの？
Alright, we haven't talked about
だった
this
らもっと早く
in
言って
this
くれ。
world line. We haven't talked to him about it.
Synergy and I haven't spoken about Suzuha in this world line.
だがな、ずいぶん分かったようなこと言うじゃねえか。スズさんは10年も前に死んだんだ。その当時、岡部は8歳かそこらだろ。なのにスズさんのことが分かるってのか。
I mean, I guess we can tell her now that she comes from the future.
My anger and frustration overwhelm me.
俺の主観時間では彼女はほんの数週間前までこの時代にいた。
未来を変えるのは君たちにかかってる。私は荷物をこの秋葉原に絶対持ってくるから。そして君たちに責任を持って託すから。お願い、未来を変えてほしい。
It seems so long ago, says one who keeps traveling in time.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's only been a couple of days.
It literally, it's only been like since the 13th.
あなたのすぐ近くにいたんだよ。彼女は橋田鈴、いや天音鈴葉はセルンと戦うためにこの時代にやってきたタイムトラベラーだ。
日本
He didn't know that. I mean, how
気づ
would
か
he?
なかったのか FB。 あなたの恩人は2036年からやってきたんだよ。我がラボの一員誰の娘だ。鈴葉はセルンを恨んで
At that point, I would have liked to see Kurisu
世
go.
話になったあなたは
What?
セルンの
What are you
犬か。
talking about? The daughter of Daru? I would have just liked like a reaction from Kurisu for that. Like, what?
Just like a face or something.
Yeah.
これでは
Just looking at him like, what?
鈴葉が浮かばれないぞ。
I understand for pacing reasons they didn't do it, but it would still have been funny just as a nod, you
こ
know?
んなことになった。
Because no one else knows this. Unless, of course, he told Kurisu literally everything that happened. I don't actually know.
I don't know.
They don't explain that.
Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse?
I mean,
本当に FB。
Tenergy sighs and lowers his gun. Well, puts away his gun, but yes. I know they're just reusing animation, but whatever.
ああ、そうだ。
also again translation. In the CG, you either have him looking at you, and then you have him looking at you with his gun raised, so they could write pretty much anything they wanted there. Because you can't see where his hand is after he takes it down.
全部俺が書いた。なぜ女言葉かって？ カムフラージュだよ。正体を隠すためのな。ネットでもネカマなんて腐るほ
Look
ど
at
い
his
るだろ。
stupid ass face.
Hmm?
Look at his stupid ass face.
Okabes?
Looks like shit. Not that Kurisu is much better.
No, I mean, they're a little bit far away. It's hard. I mean,
Killers, please!
I would say that Okabes has looked worse from that distance.
What do you mean a person you never met before can lie about their identity to manipulate you and you wouldn't even know it? I thought people don't lie on the internet.
What do you mean? That's a lie, Mr. Brown. In 2010.
大事な話、大変だったんだぜ。
Sadly, that is a very common crime in
送
Japan.
りすぎだタコ。
Among crimes, that
お
is.
めえのくだらねえ相談に全
Even back
滅してやったんだ。感謝しろ。
そんな FB は私のお母さんみたいな存在で、私は FB のためなら何だって。
Oh, is she itchy?
そう仕向けたんだよ。おめえみたいなメンヘルは簡単に依存してくれるから操りやすい。もうやめろ。
なぜ
Did his mouth move?
連絡
I wasn't looking.
I think so.
I like when I looked, I got to the Yamero. I did not see his mouth moving. I was very confused there.
連絡
I think it did.
Okay.
ああ IBN5100 を手に入れた時点でおめえはもう用済みだからだ。
用済み
That was obvious.
I mean, yeah.
I've been telling her this whole time.
Hello, dragonfly.
So now it's a dragonfly?
Isn't the wings different sized, or is it just because I can't see it properly?
That is a case of we're looking at it from the side.
Okay, never mind. Water nymph, hello. Also known as a silver dragon.
Because if you look down by the text...
I can't see for the text or the light. I find it very hard to see where the wings end down there.
It's hard, but
Yeah.
they approximately the same place. Moika has been abandoned.
ダイレクトメールでメンバーを募集するのは機密性の保持の観点からするとザルだけどな。それがラウンダーのやり方だ。そして IBN5100 を見つけたメンバーは任務達成となり口封じされる。例外なく全員だ。
Well, she, did that to herself
What?
instead here.
Wait, he.
Wait,
そうすることでセレンと委員会は秘密を保持しつつ
My child brain,
安
you
い
don't
金で
understand.
俺たちみたい
I
な
think it's
は
very
み出
easy
し
to
者に
understand.
so
CERT,
big.
CERT is ruthless.
What?
CERT is ruthless and wants to stop leaking once your mission is done. It's very easy to understand, Okabe. It's honestly not that
あい
hard.
つらにしてみればラウンダーは全員駒さ。
They're like the size of my
悲しい
head.
ことにな。
What?
任務達成はすなわち処分確定。扱
I
いとして
heard what you
は
said, I just didn't
みんな
understand the meaning
通
behind
よ
it.
り
You
家
know.
畜だな。
Well, I did mention earlier that in this view, or whatever you want to call it, her boobs have been made very, very big.
I mean, they've always been kind of big. It's just more
But this
obvious here
big?
because she looks very thin. Yes, her boobs have always been big. She's an adult, so that's why.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, but it's just to accentuate that she's much older and much more mature physically than the rest of the girls. She's always had big boobs. Remember that CG I showed you where you looked at her from a down angle upwards? Where you thought her face looked a bit weird, because it does. Now you can really see how big they are. They've always been big. But it's just because the rest of her body is drawn pretty thin.
逆らえば家族が危険にさらされるんだ。大事な娘に手出しさせられねえだろ。
おい、よせ。
すずさんには悪いと思ってるよ。ほんと、なんでこんなことになったんだろうな。
Wee! Bye, Silver Dragon.
3D.
Frozen frame.
Why focus on Kurisu specifically?
Don't worry about it. I think she's probably the first one who reacted to it.
Maybe, I don't know. He pulls the trigger.
I think it's gonna show all of them.
なんで
Synergy's massive Bobby.
Bobby! It's Bobby.
Nugget Bobby. Synergy's massive body butter drops to the floor and sprawls out motionless.
God damn it! This is supposed to be a very serious moment, and you just completely ruined it by saying body butter.
Nah, I think it's ruined by Okabe's face, honestly. But...
I wouldn't say so.
Look at it though.
It's animation. What did you expect?
Oh, it looks so bad.
It doesn't look as bad as other anime. Honestly, this
No, but it's just, I don't know.
This is completely acceptable.
Sometimes it even looks, sometimes it almost looks as bad as the CGs.
Most of the CGs actually look pretty good. It's just a few of them where definitely the angle was a lot to handle. But I can tell you that in Zero, because it's the same artist, they have gotten a lot better. So.
Well, yes. Time and practice usually means improvement.
You know, approximately, I don't know, 5-6 years after the first game came out, yeah, there's a lot of time and practice.
If they've, continued to do work, that is.
I assume they do, because they are a pretty renowned artist in Japan. Game industry.
Mm-hmm. It's over, and I still don't understand what happened. Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was this death to the will of fate? Synergy had completed his mission. Maybe he chose to eliminate himself rather than face certain assassins.
No, hello there.
あなたは
They landed on him.
I bite down hard on my lip. I feel like you should be able to see something here, but...
A blood?
娘を残して
Anything? Honestly?
I mean, from that angle, you can't really see the hole, but just blood.
No,
That would
but...
be blood. Gallons of it.
He shot himself through the skull. There would probably be something sticking out.
Yeah, but I think they probably concluded that from the angle, it wasn't worth trying to draw anything.
Also, they probably wouldn't.
Because
in the first place?
This is a PG-13, I think, so they wouldn't even put blood out there.
No. He meant to protect her with his sacrifice, but what is Nai supposed to do now?
しかも
But yes,
Nande?
I would have assumed to see blood, considering we saw blood
笑い
in
な
the
がら死ねる
opening
んだよ
fucking sequence, but so it's not like blood hasn't been there. Whatever.
Blood.
Blood.
Nothing of the
stuff.
sort.
What?
No.
Alright.
Nothing of the sort.
Yeah, nothing of the sort.
All rounders are expendable, he said.
Yeah. Hello there.
Does it mean FB was just another pawn?
Yeah, basically. Everyone who's not committee of 300 is probably just a pawn at this point.
Is that how CERN operates?
Yes.
That's insanity.
Yes.
This can't be real.
It is.
Is Nai still asleep?
Blissfully unaware.
that his father's suicide?
Yes.
Done himself on?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much she knows, honestly.
How do I explain this to her? Well, you don't have to.
We just need the phone.
Yeah, you need
Get his phone.
take the phone, change the world line.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Get the IBM 5100. This wouldn't happen in some form or another.
Most likely, yeah, because we never would have confronted him.
Should I run?
And
No, get the phone! Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FB's phone. Yes, get the phone! Once I send that email and change the world line, all of this will be undone.
Exactly!
Yes, get the phone!
I need to beat myself with unpleasant responsibilities. I mean, no, but you will have to, because that's the kind of person you have.
I could run away, escape like a coward. And no one would ever know. Well... you're probably brainwashed at this point.
携帯を探そう
I need Tenji's phone. Question is if that's the phone he's supposed to use.
I suppose if he can access it, we'll see.
Back then you didn't really have
No, that's what I'm
protection.
saying. If you can access it, I guess you can check it.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I expect there not to be much security on phones back then, so...
There wasn't.
The only
It was only
protection you would ever have was burner phones. That's the level.
No. If you turn off your phone, you
Oh,
would have
yes.
a PIN code that you would need to.
But that was kind of
Turn
a
it on.
given. That's not what I meant. I assume that his phone is not off simply because he probably uses it for the rest of certain work.
Yes.
Anyways. Onwards.
I find Tenji's phone in his jacket pocket. I spend the entire stakeout wondering how I'd get it from him.
I had spent the entire stakeout wondering how he would get it from him.
No.
Yes, that's what it says.
No, that's not it. It was not the first.
Okay.
It was not I'd have any problems with. Spend. Past tense.
Yeah, because
Spent.
it's...
I'd spent.
Oh, you
entire-
mean the T. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be past tense necessarily, because it's not that long ago. It could be past present.
I had spent the entire stakeout.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care enough about the grammar.
But you keep going against me.
No, I was just saying, technically, it doesn't have to be that, but whatever, I don't really care.
No,
That's all I'm
but
saying.
then the other things should also be changed.
No.
You kind of have one part of the sentence be...
No, because it's still tense. It's present progressive? Past progressive? I fucking forget what they're called in English. Før nutid, før datid.
Mhm.
So therefore they don't have to be the same. But
What?
it doesn't matter, I don't care.
I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. But to think that he would kill himself...
Not what you expected.
It must have been quite a shock to hear Tenji's FB's confession. FB told her that she was useless. But in that case, why wasn't Moika killed? I like they actually made animation for that, but, well,
な
animation.
Animation for what?
あ萌えか
Killing her?
Oh, yeah.
I say animation, more like slideshows.
もしかしたら FB はお前を生かそうとしたのかもしれない。あの人はお前を見捨てたんじゃなくて突き放して生かそうとしたのかも。
Somebody running around. Or
Oh, I wasn't
stopping?
wondering about the sound. I was just
Then
itching
why'd you look
myself.
up?
I just looked around while itching myself. That's all.
Turn around.
You spin me right round, baby,
No.
right round.
No.
What?
No.
You're the one who used to make that joke all the time.
Yes. And I'm tired of it.
Too bad. Now I like it.
Okay.
When you did it, I hated it. Now I like it, and I do it, and now you hate it. Payback.
Is that how the universe is supposed to work?
Yeah.
And then you get tired of it and I start using
Yeah. Exactly.
it? Mm-hmm. It's a cycle
An endless cycle.
of despair.
Yeah. It just changes between who's in despair and who isn't.
This may just be wishful thinking. I mean, technically we're both in despair at all times. I would say.
Despair! You said
Yes.
you brought it up. Everyone is in despair.
Oh, ow. The way you say despair just gets a little loud.
Yeah, just because I need to raise my voice.
I know. We'll never know FB's true intentions.
Or else it's just like, eh. It was a sound. It was like banging on the wall. Oh. Boop.
But I want to believe that Tenergy did care for her, that there was a place for Morika somewhere.
I mean, otherwise, why would
Over the
he?
rainbow.
今すぐ D メールを送るべきよ。今を
Yes.
逃すといろいろ面倒なことに巻き込まれるかもしれないから。
Yes.
あんたの目的は
Thank you for being the
Mayuri
reason of
was
logic,
good
or
at
logic of reasoning. Oh,
セルンへの復讐じゃないで
logic
す。
and reasoning. There you go. The voice of reason. It's probably a better way to say it then.
私たちが作ったタイムリープマシンのせいで犠牲が出るのは気持ちのいいことじゃない。
あ
You tired?
あ、そうだな。
Well, you did go to bed early. Today.
I went to bed approximately the same time as Val wakes up. Relatively. Relative to each their own time.
I should send an email and change the world line as soon as I can. Then do it.
Yeah, he's just thinking. Time always stands still when you think.
When I do, the present will be reconstructed. I just feel like this is unnecessary, but
ダルはもうラボ
what do
に
I
来ている
know? I
と
don't
思う
write stories.
I think that he's repeating it because it's
They was
about
thinking-
his character rather than informing us.
Wait. Hang the fuck up. How did the phone wave work again? You have to have a phone connected to it.
Yeah, they have like a phone that belongs to no one connected to it.
This is a lot of the times you use like his own phone or something like that, but
Yeah, but
But-
that's before they put that thing on. Pretty quickly, they put that extra phone on, and then he
Okay.
just uses his phone to send to that phone, which redirects it or forwards it to the right recipient. Using the program they have on the computer.
I am screaming internally.
Why?
If you forward a message from one phone to another, you will see where the yes, you will see the original the original sender, but you will also see the forwarder.
Well, again, I don't know how the software is written because it all goes through the software in the computer. It potentially erase that point.
Again, spoofing.
That's essentially kind of what they're doing.
Oh my goodness. Oh god.
Don't worry about it.
They make me so tired.
I don't think Okabe knows how these things work. And he ain't telling Daru.
No, but
So there's no way he would know.
One of these two fucking idiots should have thought about it.
I'm not sure they know about it. What it is.
It should be that hard, honestly.
Just because you know doesn't mean they know.
That's not my example. My example is not myself.
No. I'm just saying, I don't think the majority of people know what spoofing is. So, even in today's age, much less likely in Japan in 2010. They're kind of
Or
behind the times.
one of them could have thought, like, is there an easier way to do this?
Yeah, but now they're desperate.
Well, it didn't have to be now, but at any other point, I just...
You have to remember, he keeps, leaping back in time, so it's not like that much time has really passed. Either.
No, that's...
And it would be
that's
undone
still
every
not-
time, so...
If Dara wrote the software, he should have been the one. Which I don't think he necessarily was the one to write the software.
It said
Was
he
he?
did, yes.
He
It
did,
said he
okay.
did it, yeah.
Okay, well, he should have been the one to bring up the fact that they don't need a person's phone to make it seem like they've sent it from there.
No, but they'd still need the email address.
Yeah, they can just spoof it. As long as they know it.
Yeah, if they know it.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Though, I suppose this is the only case where that has been relevant.
Yeah. Not to mention, I could imagine that having an email for an organization like CERN is not just straightforward either.
Why?
I don't know. I could imagine maybe he changes it
It's
all
a
the
mail.
time. What?
It's a mail.
Yeah, but still, for security reasons.
How would Morika know that it's FB then?
Because they keep calling him M4.
Well, not in all messages, but...
The ones we've seen? Which are arguably not that many.
There are too many plot holes in this game.
I don't necessarily think so.
I think so. I'll send the same message I tried to send earlier from Morika's phone.
あと5分くらいでラボに着くって。こんにちは。
Oh, hello there, Nai.
An innocent greeting. A child's voice familiar. What is she doing here? How did she get here?
That's a good question.
Doesn't matter. Why did she come here? Doesn't matter.
It's not that it doesn't matter, it's just that... How the hell? He's just confused.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
No.
He shouldn't get distracted.
No, but he does, because it's the kind of person he is.
Okay.
He is not you.
He's an idiot.
Yes! We know this already. But we also know Morika has to die.
Okay, no, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
What?
No.
What?
I would not just come there and be like, stab!
Continue the game and you'll find out that she very much would just do that. Keep going.
So what you're saying is that she pushed my idea on purpose.
No, not that time, no. I don't have any proof of it that time. But this time, yeah, I have proof that she definitely intended to just come up and kill her. Yeah! Aha! Just continue the game. It's not as ridiculous. You have already been hinted toward this. In this world line.
What?
Exactly. Continue the game.
No.
Yes.
No, you keep saying that, and I keep being disappointed.
I didn't say that you would be not disappointed. I'm just saying there is a reason for this.
It's gonna be some stupid reason. If it's...
I don't
anything
know
like
what you
what
think
you
is
before.
stupid, but I don't think it's stupid.
I can't trust you.
No, I'm not saying you should trust me. But
Yes,
you won't.
are.
No.
You're saying I should trust you by continuing the game.
No, that's not what I'm just saying. It will be explained to you if you continue the game.
I've wasted so much time on this game now.
Yeah, and we're almost done.
It's still kind of finding it ridiculous even with...
I mean, it's funny it only happens once. But I like... how to say this without spoiling Ramona? With the rules of causality, it's not that unheard of that I would do this. It's a surprise and a twist for sure.
I understand that the reason why she doesn't just also kill us is because Moika is the one who has to die.
Oh, sorry.
But there isn't really a reason for why Naya would kill Moika, because Moika hasn't done anything to her father. He killed himself.
Doesn't mean she doesn't blame Moika for it. It's because we confronted her father that he died. So it doesn't mean she doesn't blame her for it.
If anything, she should blame Okabe, because Okabe is the one saying all the things.
Doesn't mean she doesn't blame Okabe. But as we all know, he can't die today.
No. But all I'm saying is, she shouldn't blame Moika.
No, but she does. She might blame all of us. All three of them.
And that turns her in... Well, okay.
There are
I'm not
some
gonna say
things
that
you
one.
have not been explained to yet. Which is why I can understand it's ridiculous from your point of view. But that's also why I'm telling you to continue the game. Whether you find the explanation ridiculous or not is up to you. But it is explained.
I'm just getting tired of this game.
Well, it's not gonna go faster by you not continuing.
Yes, we could just stop playing.
No, we're this far now. I don't like stopping.
Sunk cost fallacy? Is that what you're getting at now?
What?
Sunk cost fallacy?
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
So I can't say yes or no to that. I just don't like stopping a game
the idea
this
is
late
that,
into it.
The idea is that we have put so much time into it that why stop now?
I mean, I wouldn't say it as a why stop now. I'd more see it as a you might as well get the entire explanation so you can actually form an opinion about the game as a whole instead of stopping midway and be completely disappointed. That's what I think.
But sometimes you also just gotta realize that sometimes you just don't really like a game.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
And-
saying if you don't like the game, I at least would like you to see the entire game.
I can't do that with every game.
No, but we're streaming this one, so.
Yeah. I've already, I mean, I suppose the... Did we play 2? Or only 1? No, we've only played 1 of the 999 games or whatever.
We've played 2, but the first one we played before we started streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
We're missing 1, yes.
Yeah, I meant for streaming.
Yeah.
But then again, I suppose those weren't amazing, but I guess I enjoyed them more than I enjoyed this.
We at least had more fun with it, I think. Just because they're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I have also heard that, and I completely understand now, because as someone who's played Zero Time Dilemma, I can definitely see more interesting things in Virtue's Last Reward than if you haven't played it, because it's kind of more like a build-up to Zero Time Dilemma, the third game. It's not really a game or a story on its own. You kind of need to play Zero Time Dilemma to get the entire story, which is unfortunate. That's how it was written. I just feel like we should finish this game. And then continue on to something else. What are you doing up there?
The next instant, Moeka drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. From the pain? Or
I don't know.
did she
She gets-
possibly cut some nerves on the spine? Maybe that completely possible, honestly. If she knows what she's doing. Otherwise, it's a little hard to stab the spine, I would imagine.
It's very hard to stab the spine.
Yeah. So
in general.
if you know what you're doing, if you know where the...
With a knife that big, it'd be very hard to stab the spine.
Well, if you do it sideways.
That's not how a spine works.
But it's just plate. It's just...
Yeah, but there are covers on basically all sides except for the front.
Okay.
And there's a giant bone in the way in the front, so that's not how it works.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying it's still hard. That's why you have to like bend your back outwards to get to be able to, for them to even get a needle in there. Otherwise they cannot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's what I'm saying. With the size of dive, no. I think Morika just falls over because that's what happens in media when people get stabbed. I don't think there's any scientific reason to it. It's just what happens in media when people get stabbed.
No,
they
I
fall
was
over.
just trying to rationalize it.
Yeah, don't worry about this.
Okay.
If you want to finish the game, don't try to rationalize these small things.
Alright. Hey Siri, turn on office light.
Hey!
There you go.
Bright! Evil laugh. Innocent? My ass. Oh,
That was not an innocent.
no! See her, look at her face!
Hands dyed with blood.
That's not a cleaver, that's a chef's
kitchen-
knife.
Yeah, if anything, it's a chef knife. You can just say kitchen knife.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, it's not a cleaver, it's a chef's knife! Whatever.
You can't stab someone with a cleaver.
No.
You can... if you want to use a cleaver, you have to use it the same way you would use an axe.
Yes.
You have to chop.
Hatchin'. Oh well.
Ay.
嘘でしょ嘘じゃない
No way! Yes way! Ha! Nice! I mean, that's literally kind of how it went in Japanese. She's also like,
Yeah.
this is a lie. This isn't reality. And she's like, yes it is! Or, it's not a lie! It's basically what she said.
Yeah, I could hear that she
Yeah.
was, just
She was just negating whatever.
Negating it, yeah.
Kurisu was saying directly.
like nai, as in this is a negative of
Yeah.
what you said or something like that. So opposite.
So yeah, Kurisu is just like, it's a lie. And she's like, it's not a lie.
She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred.
私は
Intense hatred.
I know it got out a little weird.
Yeah,
but
I did. I did not hear that's what you said. So I just wanted to make sure you understood it.
I don't know what happened. Bundulance, please. The venom in her voice chills me to the bone. Not to mention she's walking on sticks.
What?
Her anatomy is definitely ridiculous. Her arms and legs. I know she's a child,
Yeah,
but
it's because
still.
she's a child.
But still, though.
That's art style. Don't worry about it.
It's essentially only bone at this point. Oh well.
父さんを死に追いやったお前たちを
So yes, she does indeed blame them.
Yeah, I know. It's the only reason
Hmm.
why she would do this, but well, why she would possibly come up with the idea of fucking killing someone when she's how old is she again?
I don't know.
5,
10?
6?
Nah, she's
Oh,
like
she's older?
10 or
She's
something
10?
like- yeah, I think so.
Okay.
She's still in elementary school, but I think she's around 10.
It doesn't necessarily make it better.
No, I did not say that.
No. It's
I'm just saying there's more context to this.
Yeah, but
So.
it's one hell of a thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's also kind of the point, I think. The point is
許さない
just
から
to be like, what the fuck? What happened
Didn't
to
she just say
Nai?
that? Yeah, I
And
won't
he died because
okay.
of you, yeah.
No. It was, she had already said, I won't forgive you.
Yeah.
And now she's saying, I'll never forgive you.
私がこの手で殺してやるまで許さないから
Fair enough.
I'm shooketh.
Yeah, I'm shook.
I can't move!
岡部倫太郎 お
Uh-huh.
前は15年後に殺すそれまで怯えて待ってなさい
Shinderu!
I mean, in 15 years, yes.
Yeah. This is just like in,
This
in
is
15
one hell of a twist, yes.
in 15 years, like Okabe doesn't even get to understand what happens, but it just suddenly he just hears "Omae wa mo
Oh,
shinderu," and then he just falls apart.
It is a very big twist, but it's also a very important twist.
I still don't know what the twist is.
No, I mean, no, you're still confused as fuck. Bye! She just left the knife and ran.
According to the animation, yes, she
Yeah,
left
she
the knife.
tossed the knife and
Okay.
just
Nai
leaves.
tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while.
Look at his mouth. Oh yes, let's go back to this.
なんだ悪魔か何かが取り付いていたのか
My brain screams at my body to.
Mel's like, the fuck was that run? It's a Naruto run, Mel. That was what that was.
Yeah, it's an Naruto run. Well, technically, okay. We couldn't really see if her arms were backwards or whether they were just out to
No.
the side. I think they were just out to the
Maybe
side.
slightly backwards because she was just like, whee! But it was still funny to look at, yes.
She was definitely running as if she was having fun.
Yeah. I mean, she did also laugh, so I suppose she is like on cloud 9 right now for killing Moika. Certainly sounded like it.
Yeah, that's probably the weird part. I understand the attractor feeling, whatnot. She has to
Yes.
die, but that's like, I kill her now, and the two of you, just you wait.
Yep.
It's like, what?
Yep. I mean, even Okabe's like, what the fuck just happened? He's just as confused as you are right now.
It's just,
We ain't done with this twist, don't worry.
No.
Not at all.
I can imagine because you keep talking about stuff.
Yeah.
And it still doesn't make sense to me. My brain screams at my body to move, but it is petrified. Petrified.
いや、それよりも、萌香が。
Moika's clothes are soaked in red. No, they're not.
I mean, she was stabbed in the back, so we can't see it from here.
Neither can they.
The fact that she says she'll come back in 15 years is a big hint on what is going on with her. Yeah! It really is! She just left a hint and just left the scene, making you wonder what the fuck that means. Yeah, it's a big hint.
I mean, we know that Okabe is supposed to die in the future.
Yeah, we know that he's dead by 25, I think he is supposedly dead. Which is in 15 years.
Yeah, so
There is one more hint, but it's very hard to connect this to this right now.
It's blood. Moika has been stabbed.
Blood.
No fucking shit.
Blood. Gallons of the stone.
Nah, still none of the stuff, because we're not apparently seeing the blood here.
No, only on the knife.
Yeah, it was on the knife.
It was on the knife!
But
Yeah.
she's my enemy.
I mean, she's still just a human life, you know?
Person,
She's still a person, a human being.
and you're
That
not
you kind of sympathize a little bit
devoid.
with.
You're not devoid of feelings
No.
like someone.
And you spend time with her, you know her.
She killed-
You know her situation, how she was used and abandoned, so you do have a little bit of sympathy for her. Even if you don't want to have it.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. She killed Mayuri.
聞こえるか、萌香。
Crying. You cry.
I can't understand her. I can't forgive her.
There.
私はあなたの大切な人を殺したから
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, there's also a knife.
But no blood on it.
Yeah. No blood. It's also a... It's a background item. It wasn't drawn in, hand-drawn, so...
Nope.
Clearly wasn't meant to be anything on it, apparently.
Not on this world line, but on others.
Yes.
I think I missed one. Yes, you
You
did.
did.
Countless time.
Yeah.
But
If you say so. The will of fate. No. The choice of Steinsgate.
No, this is not the choice of Steins Gate.
Choice of
It's not the
Steinsgate.
choice of Steins Gate. It's the
Choice
exact
of
opposite
Steins
of Steins
Gate.
Gate. No.
Because it goes against him?
He goes against the choice of Steins Gate.
Why?
Because the choice of Steins Gate is something Okabe has come up with.
And how does that work?
I don't want to spoil you.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it's only in the true ending chapter you will know this. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait for it. To find out what the choice of Steins Gate really is.
私にとっての居場所そこだけ
Oh, there's the blood! Damn, she stabbed her far down.
守るため
But an abdomen bleed is actually the worst kind of bleed. If you don't hit the heart, that is.
Mhm.
So, it's hard to stop it, and she's just gonna bleed out.
Not to mention, like, no, honestly, it doesn't really matter too much where you stab in the body, because you're gonna hit something, that's for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of places you can actually save.
Yeah.
The abdomen is like, you stabbed or shot in the abdomen, you're fucked if you don't get emergency operation going.
Hmm.
当然
許すよ。
The words come to my lips unbidden.
許す。
Sounds more like he's saying shut up. I know that's not what he's saying.
No, he literally says he will forgive her.
Yeah, I know.
It's not uruse, it's yurusu.
Yeah. But someone who's not trained in Japanese and how different things sound, it kind of sounds like that. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Even if I forgive Moika, and I will never stop hating us.
No,
Nevertheless, though it may only provide a shred of comfort,
許す。
she is no longer present.
岡部、
Can we move on now?
D メールを送るべきだと思
Yes.
う。もう準備はできてる。
Yes. Okay. Moika and FB are gone, for now. But Mayuri's fate cannot be avoided. For now. The universe still demands her death. For now.
なあ、クリスティーナ。
Well, in his reality,
I know.
he has not escaped it, so it's just a certainty at this point. Mayuri's death has been guaranteed by the Witch of Certainty.
ダイバージェンスが変わったら
It's a choice of Steins Gate.
生きていると思うか。
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes.
それとも
Yes.
死んだままだと思うか。
You can't say that when you don't know what it is.
I can say what I want.
あんた
You
が言
cannot
った
disagree with
ア
me.
トラクター
Yes,
フィ
I
ール
can.
ド理論で考えるなら、
Yes.
ダイバージェンスが 1% 以上なら生きている確率は高くなる。ごめん、こんな思いやりもクソもない言い方しかできなくて。
いや、いいんだ。
So, are we supposed to?
I'm pretty sure this is a choice of if you don't send the D-mail, you will get an extra like scene that is, in my opinion, important to know.
So is this the
This
thing
was the
they?
one, yeah, this was the thing I was talking about.
Okay, so that they.
You will eventually send the
Decided.
D-mail, but I would recommend not sending it to get that extra like scene.
Okay, I'm not sending it. That's a
Yeah.
default. Okay. I take one last look at Moika's body, lying.
You can always save if you want to, but I think eventually
It already
you'll send
it already quick saved.
Yeah.
Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. Moika, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. I am responsible for twisting your fate. And for twisting the fate of Tenergy Nai. I ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send the email now, this world line will be undone. Coming undone. Yes.
Yeah, it's the same message.
I should just think about Mayuri. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Why won't my fingers move? I already know what I need to do. I put FB's phone in my pocket.
見なかったことにはできない。
What the fuck happened to her ear?
Oh, I didn't see.
No, I think it's because the hair just barely covers it, so it looks like her ears has been cut a bit there. But it just looked weird.
Nice, crime is partly my responsibility. And I need to know what she meant when she promised to kill me 15 years from now.
タイムリープする。ラボに戻ろう。
Uh-huh. Kurisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it.
To いうか、敵って。彼女は敵じゃないの？
Oh, I was about to say, when are we? I know where we are now.
は？そうだけど、何よ、いきなり。
After time leaving 2 hours back, I find myself in front of the station. After this comes the Tenergy residence. There is one other thing experience has taught me. Okay.
In general, yes.
What?
In general, yes.
Yes. Today, Moika and Tenergy will die, and there is nothing we can do to stop it. I don't have the means to, and it isn't my problem. The problem is Nai. We arrive in front of Tenergy's house, just like we did before I time leaped. I trace the same conversations, the same actions as last time, and I wait.
Love.
And then... Tenergy shot himself in the head. Yes. I'm not exactly sure where he's going with this, but let's see what happens. The sudden violence shocks Moika and Kurisu, but I'm already inured. Inured.
Yes, inured.
Injured.
No, not injured. Inured to it.
Injured to it. I've seen it all before. Sorry, Tenergy, but I don't feel anything at this point. Can I do it? I immediately look around. There she is, with same expression as when she pushed.
Yeah.
Mayuri in front of the train. Nai is spying on us from afar, her eyes ablaze with hatred beyond her years. As our eyes meet, Nai turns and runs away.
Bye!
Now she's probably not running. Nai is still running, ignoring my calls to stop.
Run after her.
After telling Moika to stay put and Kurisu to look for Tenergy's phone, I chase after Nai. She's just a child, I close in on her quickly. Nai, occasionally looking back at me and grinding her teeth, eventually runs into a fenced-off construction site.
Another one.
Another one. Another one!
Another!
Bro, that Naruto run gets me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly.
Every time, man.
Yeah. Unexpectedly, Nai slows down and eventually stops to catch her breath. Hey. I'm just thinking if technically Okabe should be able to have more energy than her. But, yeah, whatever.
I mean, he did say he caught up to her quickly.
Oh, yeah, that's not it, but, you know, that she's the one who has to stop to catch her breath, and he's not. Sure, he has been more active lately in other world lines.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So while mentally he might be I don't know, more used to it. Physically, no.
She's also just more desperate.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, she does have to use more energy because her legs are shorter.
Yeah. Yeah. From the sound of her breathing, she must be at her limit.
お前は
Shinderu.
本当に天王寺苗かお前はこれから桐生萌香を殺すつもりなんだろ
そうよ。
父親の復讐か
お前と桐生萌香は父さんを殺した。
店長は自殺したんだ自分で
What
頭を打ち
about
抜いた
Kurisu?
I'm not sure she cares about Kurisu.
That's a little interesting, but
それに俺たちが行かなくてもあの男は自殺していただろう逆恨みだ
そんなの知ったことじゃない。
I don't care about that!
oh no, she's a child. Or so she says. What?
父さんが死んだ時、桐生萌香はその場にいた。でも父さんが死ぬのを止めなかった。
Neither did Kurisu.
But she was the ally of
だ
FB,
から
so to
許
speak.
さない。お前もだ、岡部倫太郎。
So what about Okabe? Well, he said all this stuff, I suppose. But it's
お前に
I
関わ
don't
ら
know.
なければ父さんは死ななくて済んだ。
The fact that he got involved was enough for her. Fucking child logic, I swear to God!
What about Kurisu? I'm very confused here. Why isn't she out for her? Because by her logic, Kurisu is just as implicit as everyone else.
Yes,
Wait, is she blaming me for finding the IBN 5100?
pretty much.
How the hell was I supposed to know?
Pretty much.
だがお前はすぐには殺さない。殺せないからな。
It's not that she doesn't want to kill him.
お前を殺すのは15年後。それまでせいぜい怯え続けるんだ。
お前は誰なんだ
Shinderu.
You're forgetting that he says more every time he says Shinderu.
Yeah, I know.
You're kind of forgetting that.
No. Not really. Not forgetting it.
You're deliberately ignoring it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Season Tenergy no Nae.
15年後に殺すってどういう意味なんだ
そのままの意味だよ。お前は15年後に私が殺した。
Kill.
Yeah, that's probably it. I know there's a few changes to the story from the original game. Is that Kurisu wasn't actually there with Okabe and Moeka. She was like kind of eavesdropping. She was waiting further away, so story-wise from the original point of the game, Nai doesn't know Kurisu was there. Therefore, it doesn't make the same... doesn't have the same hatred for Kurisu.
No, but considering what she's saying now, which means that she has info about the future,
Yes.
she should know
If
that
nobody...
Kurisu and
Yeah, but...
Daru is also involved.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're involved with Tennoji. It's compared to what kind of knowledge she has. You can't expect her to have all the knowledge.
No, obviously, but it just... I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. That's
It
all
is a
I'm
little weird because the anime makes it a little bit weird. But, yeah, this version
Did she?
also crams some, like, story versions down.
タイムリープを
Remember the time leap we saw?
I suddenly whips out a knife.
That's another hint towards this thing.
Caught completely off guard, I collapse onto the floor. For a moment I panic, but somehow I manage to convince myself that I'm fine. I won't die here, I tell myself. This worldline won't accept that.
No, that's why she said she will kill you in 15 years.
It's just like Nai said herself. It's not that she won't kill me. She can't. If she tried, something would surely interfere.
Just like it happened now.
お前を殺した時のこと教えてあげよっか。なんかレジスタンスの創始者とか言ってセルンに歯向かってたみたいだけど、私が拉致して監禁してやって考えつく限りのありとあらゆる拷問を加えてやったよ。お前は痛みに泣きわめきクソとしょんべんをまき散らしながら私に命乞いをした。
Are you putting two and two together now?
Well, not that I didn't already know that she was from the future, or at least, you know, her mind is.
Her mind is from the future. She has had years to hate them for this.
Again, Kurisu Daru, but whatever.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that there's any information that linked them to it.
I don't know.
For her. Because, like, again, you don't hear about Daru's name, you don't hear about Okame's name in the future, other than they're founders of the Resistance. That's kind of all people know. So I would imagine there's probably a lot of knowledge that just isn't available to people.
「実に醜かったよ、岡部倫太郎。しょうがないから最後に私自身の手で喉をかき切ってやった後、気が済むまでめった刺しにしたのよ。一体何回刺したか私でもわからないぐらいにね。それが15年後のお前が迎える最後だ。父さんを殺したお前を待っている運命だ。
Yeah, she can obviously still,
He can still hurt us, he just can't kill us.
Yeah.
As long as he survives, it doesn't really matter.
Which means you can, well, okay. Not essentially do how much ever damage she wants.
No.
It's obviously gonna.
But she can, you know, slit at his skin in pain a few times. Who cares? The Walt certainly doesn't care that he has a few more scars.
No. But obviously, at some point, it's gonna stop because otherwise, she's gonna end up killing him, which she kind of.
Yeah. I said as long as he survives, it doesn't matter.
My nerves burst into flame, not just in my arm, but through my entire body. Does that make sense?
I mean, pain can be perceived that way mentally, yes.
Okay. Okay, sure. The pain forces the air out of my lungs in a blood-curdling scream. Blood-curdling scream.
Curdling scream.
I can't shake off Nai's hands.
セルンはお前の作ったタイムリープマシンを一切手をつけずに保管したままだったんだ。私はそれに目をつけたの。
And how did you get access to it?
I don't know, maybe she waits for CERN.
15年後
And why wouldn't
She's around her, there you go!
それを使ってここまで戻ってきた。
So yes.
And again, why doesn't she know? You would think somebody at CERN would know.
That doesn't mean that they'll tell her
一度に
willingly.
たった48時間しか遡れない欠陥品だから
A lot of
随分
rounders
苦労
on a
した
need
け
to
ど
know basis. We already talked about this.
Yeah. Well, she was at least, informed about Okabe.
Yeah.
That much we know. Because, she went to capture him in the future.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay, so that would mean that they have gotten it around this time where they haven't been able to upgrade it.
Upgrade it?
Oh, all I'm saying is that on this world line here, where CERN is gonna win, they take or they get a hold of the time leap machine.
Yeah.
Obviously, but before they're ever able to do anything else with it, supposedly even upgrading it or something like that, so it works better and not just 48 hours. I still don't understand.
I think it's because they got Kurisu to just work on an actual time machine.
Won't just not let her stab him. Can't he just overpower her?
Yes, he should be able to. I think he's just scared and wants answers. Not to mention he knows he can't die, so there's not really any risk of that world. But yes, he should be able to overpower her easily. He's a tiny child.
Yes.
But
like in 100 line, it's like, yes, you will be resurrected, but you will still experience the pain of death.
Sure, he can experience pain, but he can't actually die
No, but
yet. The world won't
how
allow
easily
it.
will you be able to overpower someone who can continuously hurt you?
It's compared to, like, if they get into a struggle where the only way that she could get out of it would be to kill him, the world wouldn't let her do that.
No, obviously.
So again, and we've seen time and time again that he's willing to bear pain. So, in order to save Mayuri.
Certain situations.
Yeah, in order to save Mayuri, right?
Yeah, but that also depends very much on
But I just think he doesn't want to
his-
hurt her here. I think that is his argument. Not that I agree.
Maybe. I don't know.
But I think what he's thinking is he doesn't want to hurt a quote-unquote innocent little child that he knows. No. It's still in the back of his head, despite what he knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, he could have easily overpowered them. Anyways.
But also the pain thing is like, it really depends on the adrenaline and whatnot. It might not have kicked in here at this point for him to be able to do such a thing. Because, he might not value his own life as much as he values Mayuri's.
No.
It's hard to know.
He definitely cares much more about Mayuri than himself.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He's willing to go through anything for Mayuri.
yeah. It's all for Mayuri, not...
Well, except for the endings where he can't. That's why the game ends early. He just cannot. But it's because he has to sacrifice other people, not himself.
単純計算で
Did I... To travel
No.
15 years in 48-hour increments would take...
2738回だ。
She read our fucking
他
mind.
にもいろいろあったせいで実際の回数はきっと倍以上だけどな。自分が何回タイムリープしたかなんてとっくに忘れたよ。
I mean, I think I would too. It's over 100 leaps, I think I'd lose track too.
I knew it. When I came to this world line, I went back to the lab after learning of Moika's slide. And once I got there, I found
Of the
evidence...
incident.
Disease! The illness!
The illness!
I found evidence someone had used the time leap machine.
Yeah.
So that was nice final time leap.
Yeah, it was.
私はこの復讐のためだけに生きてきた。誰にも邪魔はさせない。絶対に桐生萌香も殺してやる。この手でだ。自殺なんてさせるもんか。そんな生ぬるい死に方で逃がしたりはしない。
たったそれだけのために15年もの歳月を遡ってきたのかよ。
Yes.
She's insane.
Yeah!
たったそ
I
れだ
mean,
け。
her entire existence right now is revenge. That's what she decided. And I'm pretty sure she was taken in almost immediately by
お
CERN
前た
after
ちに
this.
とっては、たったそれだけかもしれないが、私にとってはお前と桐生萌香を殺すことだけが全てなんだよ。
And I could imagine that CERN would probably tell her that Okabe and Moeka were were responsible for his father's death to kind of manipulate her.
Yeah, I can see that. You know,
Yeah. Because that's what they do.
Like he also stated,
Yeah.
was that, you know, they take advantage of people who are vulnerable.
Yeah.
And she would be vulnerable.
She would be vulnerable. Her dad literally just died.
その後、
She doesn't have a mother.
遡ってきた15年をもう一度やり直すのか。
そんなものに何の価値がある？価値なんてないんだ。お前は今何
The
もしな
fucking
くていい。
face changed on that.
ただ怯え、後悔し続けろ。岡部倫太郎。
Well, we're gonna change the future.
Ah, bye!
私が迎えに行く時
What did you say?
Well, we're gonna change the future, so no.
No, but
None of this
she
will
doesn't
happen.
know that.
No,
Her-
she definitely does not have the capability of thinking that far ahead.
No. Her entire, reason is that in the future she kills him. That's fine. She also wants to kill Moeka, so she goes 15 years back to make sure she kills her and Moeka doesn't, do it herself. And now that she's done with... when she is done with that, yeah. The effing Naruto run, man. Now, then after she's done with dealing with Moeka, I don't think she cares about what happens in the future.
No.
But again, as soon as we change the history, Tennoji will most likely not be dead. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, you forgot to read something.
I did. That girl's disconnected from causality just like I am.
Yep.
Sorry. And after time leaping thousands of times, she exacted that revenge. I mean, yeah, keep talking, so I get
I know.
confused.
I just read it ahead of time, and then it suddenly wasn't there. I'm like, you forgot to read that. It's the only reason why I knew.
I read it, and then you continued to talk, and I was like, well, we should continue.
That's also what happens to me every
Yeah.
time when I control the controller. It's also just like, oh, fucking damn it.
Control the controller.
Yeah, I control the controller.
Are you controller the controlling controller?
Yeah. I am the controller who controls the controller by controlling the controller.
Controlling controller. Will she kill me? How will she live those 15 years the second time around?
Forgot again.
Will she kill me again? The thought squeezes my heart like a vice. Does time travel bring nothing but pain?
I don't know what you were expecting. Yes, is the answer at this point, Okabe.
Well, as long as you don't know what you're doing, I suppose. But maybe also just in total.
I mean, if you don't agree with what CERN does, it's gonna bring pain.
No, but I was more thinking of like a future where CERN wouldn't get hold of it, but you would
Yeah.
still be able to bring it to the masses in some? Nah, that's probably also bad. Never mind.
I could imagine if you bring it to the masses, it would be fucking chaos of who controls time and everything will be jumbled. Either that or the world just won't let it happen.
Yeah.
But if CERN doesn't get a hold of it, there's a possibility that some other organization will get a hold of it and will just control it then. And if you're still against that, then fuck, right? It's just better that time travel does not exist, honestly.
説明してよ。その傷はどうしたの？
Don't worry, she just sliced me slightly before she left again.
救急車呼んだ方がいい？
She's so worried about us.
落ち着け。今から D メールを送る。
There we go, now we're back to sending the email.
Yeah.
It's just a clarification in the game here that
世界線が変われば
it's not that
この傷は
Okabe
なくな
can't
る。
die today, it's that he can't die before 15 years. He's basically invulnerable.
Yeah.
It's very important information for him. And I think it's a pretty important information for like the world building as a whole. Because it's not really directly explained otherwise.
Nope. And yeah, well, who cares about my wound? I can't die.
I can't die anyway, so I can't even bleed out.
Yeah. More importantly, by changing the world line, FP's Tenergy's death, the damage to Nai's soul, and Moika's imminent murder will all be undone.
And we'll have the IBM 5100!
Coming undone.
Coming undone.
やっぱり店長は萌香を助けたかったんだよ。
Yeah, how did that work out for him? The world wants her dead. There's nothing you can do. I guess he doesn't know that.
Yeah, no, Tenergy probably doesn't know about that.
No, I mean, he didn't even know about Suzuha, so... Again, he's on a need-to-know basis. He doesn't know much.
Perhaps that's just wishful thinking. However,
ベータ世界線ではそうなるといいな。
well, we'll have to get there first before we figure anything out.
Yeah, sending this one won't send us over there, but we'll have all the necessary things, yes. But before that, we have an entire more chapter.
I don't wanna... They are the enemy. No, this game is the enemy.
Sure.
Fucking enemy to my sanity. I should hate them for killing Mayuri. But in some sense, Tenergy, Moika, and Nai are all just victims of my foolish experiments.
I mean, yes. But you also didn't know.
I pray that they can live normal lives, at least on the Beta World line.
That's a funny what-if scenario. But sure. And she works with them. I mean, all the happiness to her, I guess. Better than being around her. Instead of Suzuha, it's just Moeka working there part-time instead.
I don't know.
I mean, I know what her future in the Beta World line is, because Steins Gate Zero kind of explains that, but
yep.
This ain't it, I'm sorry. It's a funny what-if scenario, but this ain't it.
Is this... well, I don't know. I don't know if she's also intending on killing herself in the Beta World line, where she where in the Alpha World line would have been contacted by Tenergy.
As far as I remember from the Beta World line, she's still contacted by Tenergy. She's just, she's still around her, she just isn't our enemy.
Okay.
I think she's still around her.
Okay.
Because that happens before this huge divergence, if you remember correctly.
Oh, the first?
Yeah, the big divergence on whether
Yeah.
Stern finds out or not. So, like, history-wise, I think she would still be around her.
Okay.
But because we don't make it, we don't get involved in all this, she's not our enemy. She's actually fairly useful in Steins Gate Zero, because she's on our side for most of the time.
For their sake as well as Mighty's, I must send this email.
悪いな。
Demand. Once this email is sent, this world line is undone. It's coming undone.
Coming undone!
復讐は
Coming
果
undone.
たされない。
Yeah, coming undone, coming undone! Pearls.
Or however the song goes, I don't
I don't
remember.
fucking know.
You don't know the song now. Probably not.
No, I don't know the song, I just know those two specific parts of the song. Alright, 57!
The world shatters, warps, and reforms.
We're now back at the first shift. Woo! Blah, 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 blah.
I head straight to Moika's apartment.
Hello there. She's still alive there.
岡部君ここ
Ah, did you know?
調べ
I have my ways, Moika. I have my
少
ways.
し時間を潰させてもらうぞ。
And she's back to normal.
Moika's right in front of me, but she sends me mail.
Shining finger, subject, no subject. I don't need an IBN 5100 anymore. Moika. Shibaraku. Okay.
必要
For a
ない。
while, she won't need it, is what it said. Japanese, whatever. しばらく必要ない. My supervisor told me to stop looking. So it worked. Yay! She's like, how do you know about FB? The fuck?
So FB's still alive.
For now.
For now. However, I'm more interested in what Moika just said. FB canceled a mission to retrieve the IBN 5100.
任務達成はすなわち処分確定。扱いとしては犬っつうより家畜だな。
I recall his last words. Perhaps he cancelled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated.
You cancelled it, Okabe.
Didn't we send a D-mail?
Yeah, we did.
I am very confused.
Yeah, I'm also very confused.
Okay, good. Good.
I'm also just like, you sent the demon! What are you talking about?
If that's the truth, then maybe he really was trying to say...
He's
Okay.
he's a dense motherfucker, that's what he is right now.
I don't understand
No.
what's happening.
ただ怯え後悔し続けろ岡部倫太郎
He doesn't even know that he's going to die.
私が迎えに行く時まで
I can't get that childish yet hateful voice out of my head. And that well line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer.
A time-leaving murderer. I bring you murder! No! Judas, no!
I won't fear you now, nor will I repent. That world line has already been undone. But now will things turn out on this world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. Or
Also,
how.
he said how, yeah, not now.
Yeah.
I was going to wait until to see if you reacted to it.
If the plan works, the IBN 5100 should already be back in my possession, and if that's the case, we win! Then there's no need to stay on this world line either. No. On the way back to the lab, I stopped by the Brown Tube shop. Well, workshop. But
Yeah.
And peek in through the window. Through the window. I don't remember what that song is called. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Energy FB is lounging in front of it, reading the sports pages. No, he's eating. He's eating. He's not reading anything, he's eating. Even in the other scene we just saw, he was eating, not reading anything. FB is still alive, his daughter Nai has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs to the lab.
Oh my god, it's back! It has come home! Finally!
I was right. Well, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, it's... the entire time you were like, okay, it's Lugako's mail that makes it disappear. You were
'Cause
so
that's-
hell-bent on it that time.
No, but from what we saw, that's when it disappeared.
And that is because the game never showed this spot the entire time from Moika's mail to Lukako's mail. We
Right.
did not look at that the entire time because they wanted that plot twist to be there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I paid attention to it. So it was
Sure
actually
you
gone, you just didn't see it.
The long battle is finally over.
It's very,
スーパーハカ
you know,
スーパーハカ
interesting. Because obviously, like, in the game, you don't really pay attention to it.
橋
It's
田
just
ならいな
suddenly
いわ
gone.
よ
Yeah, finally that cursed thing is back! And it's not even the end of things! There's an entire
お
chapter
見場に
more!
行くって言ってたじゃない
In that case, he won't return until evening.
Fuck that, I'm time leaving.
I can't wait that long. So I fire up the time machine and leap.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not waiting, I'm time leaving back before he leaves. Fuck this. I want out of this hellish nightmare right now.
ダルクリスティーナこれよりオペレーションベルダンディ最終フェーズを開始する
Fucking Operation Verdani. He's back! He's back with the operation names.
ダル IBN5100 だ
だから
だからではない IBN5100 があるのだよ
そりゃあるっしょオカリンが持ってきたんじゃん
そう俺が持ってきた柳林神社からな
Yes.
オカリン今日はやけにテンション高くね
ダル
I love the English they changed it. Have you been drinking too much soda? In Japanese, he's just like, aren't you being a little bit too excited here? I fucking love that line. Too much Dr. Pepper, man.
はまあ一応コミマ前のクソ忙しい時期に僕って偉すぎじゃねイギリスだったらナイトの称号もらえるレベル
I don't know if they'd knight you for hacking things.
さあスーパー
I'm not sure they can knight you for illegal
だが
things.
断る
Hell no!
くだらない会話は自重しろ頭が痛くなる
Pearls.
What are you doing, Pearls?
Hey.
Hey.
Pearls. Oi.
Shit. I'm gonna miss you right now.
Just don't miss her.
What?
Just don't miss her.
Oh. How can I miss her? It's cloud of water.
That's one hell of a sugar rush, man. Yeah. If Dara knows how to use the IBM 5100, then we can hack CERN right now.
全ラボ面につける
I don't know. Probably the same as cola. Or whatever. You just put that. He doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand yet, no. I don't know how much sugar's in Dr. Pepper, but I expect a lot.
Yeah. Mayuri is not here, but that's actually more convenient.
Yeah, then we don't have to explain
長き
anything.
戦いにいよいよ決着をつける時が来た。すなわちラグナロックが開始されるのだ。本作戦の概要はすなわちセルン本部の最新部に隠され
So
た
Operation
独
Verdante
自データを
is related to Ragnarok. Got
IBM
it.
分析によるクラッキングで破壊することである。
He's just being his puny self again.
Hmm.
Which is, you know, if you
エシロンなる卑劣な
liked
電
him
子機
as
器
a
により
character or like his character, you would be like,
我らの
oh,
極秘
thank
情報を
fuck, finally,
隠し取った
he's no longer depressed and shit.
それをもとに我らを特定し我らが開発した人類の夢タイムマシンの強奪をも目論んだ。
Uh-huh.
研究
Dara's
機関で
not interested.
その裏で時空の支配者の座を望み非道なるゼリーマン実験を行う奴らに今こそ正義の鉄槌を下そうではないか。そして真の時空の支配者がどちらなのか奴らの目にしかと刻みつけてやれ。戦いが終わった時世界を陰で牛耳る支配構造はついに崩壊し再構成されるだろう。そう我らが望んだ混沌がついに訪れるのだ。
Sure, chaos.
まあうるさい。
Yeah, damn that nutcase is at it again.
Ow.
Got that right, Val. Though that is actually a welcome
Ita
change,
nan
I
nano?
suppose. He's back to his normal self.
オカリンの心の闇は誰にもわからんでござる。
そもそも設定じゃ岡部は狂気のマッドサイエンティストじゃなかっ
Well,
た。なのになんで正義の鉄槌とか言っちゃってるんだ。
Man, scientists can be on
つ
the
い
side of
カッとなっ
justice.
てやっ
Shut
た
up!
んじゃね。今は反省してるかも。
お前たちごちゃごちゃ言っていないで準備しろ。
準備ってなんぞ？
だから今言っただろう。セルンへのクラッキングだ。
クラッキングは良くないと思う。
It's a bit too late for that, isn't it?
優等生的発言。お前は委員長か。
捕まりたいの？
そういう問題ではない。
I mean, Kurisu doesn't know, but they're already caught. They already
ターニング
know.
ポイントへ到達するためにこれまで戦ってきた。今こそアルファ世界線を離脱しマユリを救う。邪魔をするというなら誰だろうと許さん。絶対にだ。
岡部
That is actually very funny. I assume Val knows the entire game at this point. I hope you find that line very funny too, considering what happens.
To them, only half an hour has passed since the time leap machine was built. But to me, many days has passed since this ordeal began.
Yeah, many, many days.
頼む。俺の願いを聞いてくれ。
Or else Mayuri will die. And in 26 years, the world will be ruled by a CERN. Suzuha's sacrifice will have been for nothing.
別にあんたのためにクラッキングするんじゃないんだからね。
Tsundere much.
これはひどい。
So Super Haka
Tsundere version!
is here to save the day. I can have asked for a better right-hand man.
I mean, you could, but I suppose he's the only one who can hack as
す
well.
べての元凶は俺が最初にダルに当てて送ったメールにある。それが
セルンのエシュロンに捕らえられてしまったせいでラウンダーに目をつけられた。
Oh, I forgot, yeah, they call it echelon as well.
結果マユリは殺され、俺たち3人はセルンに拉致され、タイムリープマシンは強奪
That's another thing I think they cut out of this game, is that Kurisu agrees that Dr. Pepper is like the thing to drink if you're a scientist. There are some small bits here and there they've cut out of this game.
Because they're unnecessary.
I mean, they're unnecessary, but they're character building.
Or necessary.
But they're character building.
Or necessary.
I think small nitbit like that is can
それ
honestly,
もし全部妄想だったら
you know, make
オ
a
カリン
game
は
great.
ラノベ作家になれると思うお
It might be unnecessary to the plot, but characterization is important too. Light novels! Illustrated novels targeted primarily as teenage and young adult males. Cover artwork often depicts cute girls. Although light novels can deal with just about any subject matter, recent years have seen a trend towards stories about teenage boys meeting cute girls and winding up in extraordinary situations. And in today's age, it's isekais.
Yeah,
So there's that on top of it.
all
Teenage
isekais.
boys being like transported to another world, and then suddenly he has a harem. That's it. That's like 90% of all light novels today.
事実だ。
There are good light novels out there,
全ては
but boy,
I
there's a lot of
think.
trash too.
I think if anything, just no, I don't actually know, because even if you were to try and go by whether they've been made into anime or manga, it doesn't really matter.
No,
'cause
that doesn't mean
it's
they're
all
good.
Shite anyways.
Yeah, it just means they have, you know, they're being sold, and some of them are just glorified advertisements.
マユリの死を避けるためには
Are you trying to get up? Please
Yeah, I think
don't.
so. It's just like, how do I get up? You're not wearing anything.
And to free Suzuha's future from CERN.
アルファ世界線から脱出するしかない。これまでに歪ませた事象を全て取り消すことで、それは可能になると俺は考えている。つまり、
The small things is also one of the things, like, I think they actually explicitly state that Kurisu is Kuri Gohan. We don't do in this game. Because they didn't do it in the anime, because we didn't look at the messages in the anime. Didn't read them as they were. But in the original game, I'm pretty sure they actually end up stating that directly.
そこへ到達するため、エシュロンに捕らえられた最初のメールデータをセルンのデータベースから削除しなくてはならないのだ。
If I delete all my mail data from CERN's computer now, I should be able to achieve that goal.
面白いわね。
マキセ氏は信じるん？
仮説としてはね。できれば客観的データが欲しいところだけど、それはさすがに無理だし。
安心しろ。お前が改良を施したタイムリープマシンの出来はガチだった。
Yeah, I've tried it like 100 times.
Yeah, about that. We still don't know the long-term effects of it, but whatever.
No, but according to the theory, the consequences of said theory is a different thing. But what she had theorized works.
Yeah.
That is what they need.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what he means. Yeah, we don't know what it could do. And like, even if we used Nai as an example, she's still cray-cray because of other reasons. So we can't really isolate a reason there either.
No, she doesn't deny it. That's just like Kurisu.
Yeah.
それに IBN5100 でのハッキングはもともと予定してたことだし。
Yes. Yes, we
と
do.
にかくアクセスしてみて、もしそこにメールデータが存在していたなら、岡部の言葉は事実だと証明される。
And then it's not there.
That would be
要
funny,
す
wouldn't
る
it?
に考える
I will let no one stand in my way of erasing that data and save Mayuri.
Data not there. Data not there.
Entire new chapter says otherwise, but dude.
逆にわかんないけど。
I don't know, I find that line extremely funny. Because I know there's another chapter.
ということだ。
And I know the reason why there is one.
つなぎ終わったお。ちょっと設定いじらないとダメだけど、10分しないうちに始められる。
よし。
それにしても元凶となった最初のメールね。
And saved your life.
About that! You didn't know. You don't know that it is
あ
one.
れでしょ？
Yeah, you were
私が死んで
stabbed.
たとかなんとか。
Yeah.
そうだ。
Just the
お
music
前
just
が殺されてい
disappeared.
るのを目撃した俺は、ダルにそれを伝えるメールを送った。ダルはたまたま電話レンジカッコ仮の実験中で。
I'm just waiting for him to realize what he's saying right now. You realized it, right?
Yeah.
You realized if they erase this data, what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, I'm waiting for him to realize it.
Something is
It's
telling
telling
me
me
to
to
stop.
stop. Like it's supposed to be like, oh fuck, right? But it's
Fear
so
rises in my
fun.
chest.
Yeah,
A sudden terrible certainty that I am missing
something vital here. I think.
The very first email started it all. Return to the world land that existed before I sent the first email.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's supposed to be very serious, and we're also supposed to have forgotten that through the entire game, right?
But
and
we
then
haven't.
And then we're like, right, fuck. But because you haven't, and obviously I haven't, because I know this plot twist, it's just funny that he starts talking about it. Oh yeah, it's the one where you fucking die. I wonder what would happen if you erase that message. Wait a minute!
I was right. I had missed something vital. Something dire.
And Val's like, goodbye, soldier!
The worldliness set my sights out, saved Mayuri. The worldline upon which Suso has staked her hope for the future.
This is definitely highlight material.
On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line,
And what CERN fails!
And
on that world line,
on
fuck!
my
Kurisu dies! Damn it! No! And that's the chapter. It's called Stardust Sky because this is the Mayuri ending, so it'll be called something else as far as I know if you get the Kurisu ending, but...
Goodness.
Nothing will stand in my way of saving Mayuri, except for Kurisu maybe dying in the other timeline. Fuck! he himself will stand in the way of erasing that data. It's hilarious in hindsight. This is definitely highlight material. Oh my god. We both just there. God damn it. Yeah, in a pool catcher. We got it right.
I mean, who's to say she truly did die?
I mean, we just saw her laying unconscious in a pool of blood, supposedly after someone screaming. We didn't check her pulse, I'm pretty sure.
Or call the police or anything.
No, we just ran out and sent the message.
Yeah.
So technically, no, we don't. A lot of people, would rationally probably assume that she's dead. you know.
We didn't see it happen.
No, we did not. We definitely did not. And that's an important part to remember when it comes to our second run. In this chapter, it's not important. Not really. For too much laughing?
Yeah. Pixar didn't have it. Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Oh well. That's the end of this stream.
Yeah, it's probably a good place to end things, considering the amount of time we have used.
Also,
one more chapter, and then we go to the true end.
we're literally at a new chapter.
Exactly.
So
I was also
of
like,
course, it's a good place to stop.
yeah, that was not my point. I was just like,
Then what was your point?
my point was just, it's a perfect place to stop considering the chapter and the amount of time we used. And was it Pearls? Hey, stop ya! She got mad at me for clapping at her.
Yeah, luckily it didn't take too long.
No, this chapter is fairly fast because I'm pretty sure they've cut a few things out.
Fairly fast. We still
Compared
use
to the
two
other
streams.
chapters.
We still use 2 streams, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the other ones we sometimes use 4. So.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just saying it's a fairly fast chapter, but they also cut a lot of stuff.
It's just more because we've been doing so many like endings and whatnot, and they're fairly short.
But even then, without the endings, it's still 3 streams. A lot of them end up being 2 long or 3 normal. So.
Oh well.
But yeah, I noticed there's a lot of like small things cut because it didn't happen in the anime. And I can't honestly say if that is enough to be the reason why I adore this game and you don't.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I honestly don't know because I still have that knowledge regardless of what I'm seeing here. I'm just noticing there's a lot of small characterization nitbits that are like gone. I'm happy for some of the changes. The Morika scene is definitely worse in the game.
Yeah, I will never touch the original game. Never in my life.
No, probably not.
But we're gonna check out the 8-bit
Yeah, we can probably
version,
check that out.
just to see what it is.
Yeah.
If it's just some joke stuff, or if it's actually.
I don't know.
Like,
I think it's just a short version of this story, but I don't think it fills the entire story. I can't remember. That's what I've heard. I've never played it. I don't know.
Yeah, but we'll check that out just for like a stream or two, just to see like okay,
it's compared to how long it is.
What are we dealing with here?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, because it came with this game.
Yeah.
When I bought it, so I was like, eh.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why you probably shouldn't check out the original game.
You don't say.
Though I would still say that it's probably the definitive version, regardless. But
it can get fucked right off to hell. I do not want anything to do with it. Let's just save just to make sure.
Like the only thing I wish they'd done with the lead was, to not just cover what the anime did in more detail, but actually animate those small nitbits as well.
Yeah.
Because while technically the pacing for the anime is better because it's more focused, you do lose a little bit here and there. Good things and bad things you lose. Both.
If it's a bad thing, do you really lose it?
No, you know what I mean. For both good and bad, it has cut stuff out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways. End of stream.
Yeah.
Time to go away. Until next time.
Yeah, we've got the Maori ending.
Yeah.
Which I honestly don't remember much of. Obviously, the first half of the next chapter is approximately the same in both endings. As far as I remember. But I only remember the CT from the ending. I don't actually remember how it actually ends. I can't fucking remember. So. It's a blur to me.
Okay.
Because when I played it, I preferred Kurisu anyways, so.
Until now.
I mean, until I rewatched the anime, I think. So.
Because I remember that you
hated Mayuri when I was younger. I hated her for being a ditz.
Yeah.
I did not understand how sharp she could be. I just thought she was a dumbass when I was like young. Played it for the first time.
And you hated whenever I
whenever you
said her little hello or whatever you want to say it is.
It's just her saying
entrance.
It's just a thing she says. It's her catchphrase.
By God, it's Meyerly's music!
But I've come to appreciate her more as I've grown older.
Yeah.
Because I could understand her character more. So.
You has matured.
Yeah. Which is probably a good thing, because I think I needed to like her to like Steins Gate Zero even more. Because her character is so much more mature in Steins Gate Zero, because you get to see the future her as well.
Don't expect me to play that.
No, I wouldn't expect you to play it. Though I will say a lot of problems you at least have in regards to some characters here are not at all discussed.
If we ever run out of other games
maybe
that we should play, maybe.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I don't fucking feel like it.
No, I mean, it's not going to be right now no matter what. Not to mention, it's your time to choose a game anyways.
Elden Ring.
No,
Elden
it's not
Ring.
going to be Elden Ring.
Night Rain.
No, that's not going to be that.
But it's a co-op game.
I don't... do you own it?
No.
No? Then no, it's not going to be that.
We can play together.
No, you don't own the game.
So it doesn't matter.
We don't have money for it. We have literally no money. I have to pay off that extra... foot that extra bill on power.
I know.
We have no money, and
Shut up.
It has to be one of the games we have. My immediate thought was playing Final Fantasy 1.
Hey. But I don't have it on the Switch.
No, I have it on Steam.
Yeah, but then when it on the Switch?
Who cares?
I care.
You still use controller.
Yeah, that's not the point.
I don't-
Honestly, that's not the point.
No, but at this point, it's just a principle to you, so it really shouldn't matter.
Where do you think you're going? All over the keyboard.
All over.
Are you trying to forage?
Yeah. She's looking for things, and the bowl's kind of in the way. I mean, it's not like she could get anything from it, honestly.
Not as much as from yours.
No.
Because, you know, different ways of cooking.
Well, she can't be under the table.
No.
She's shared now. She wants squishes. Give squishes, woman.
But not. She bites me.
Yeah. She mad.
Are we ready for Inspiel?
Yeah.
You say that like we've been ready for it forever. But there was clearly stuff we needed to talk about.
I mean, it kind of just happened. I just wanted to talk about the upcoming chapter.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. And as soon as I was done with that, I was technically ready. We just started talking about other things.
Let's head back to the title menu.
Have you saved?
Yeah, I just saved.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
No, I didn't save.
Because we have been through this once. It wasn't Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we have been through this once where you forgot to save. So now I'm just asking you. We have to play that entire thing again to start recording.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, we're at the end of the stream. So, if you're watching this over on YouTube and you enjoyed it, leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Remember
Please.
to ring the bell
Yes.
if you subscribe. And in the drop-down menu, select all, so you will be guaranteed to see our content in your feed.
Yeah.
If you ever want to catch us live, well, you can follow us over on Twitch. There's a link in the description for that. And you can also follow us on our, shared account, whatever you want to call it. The personally space
On
account.
the channel account.
Yeah. On Blue Sky and Mastodon, because we post there whenever we go live.
Yes.
We have these scheduled streams.
Where we are, luckily for you, almost done with the fucking game.
Yeah. Every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. Central European Summer Time. UTC+2.
Yes.
If you know that. Not everyone does. Especially because the world has just kind of been like, we're just not gonna use UTC. We're just gonna use the other thing that we've made up and nobody understands.
Not to mention there's both UCC and GMT.
Yeah.
And there's the same, exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
But apparently the people just... Yeah, I don't know. British people, I'm pretty sure it's the fucking British people who did it.
Probably.
Because they decided that Time Zero is Greenwich. So I'm pretty sure that they're the ones who decided that GMT is the thing.
Yeah.
Fucking England, I swear to God.
But yeah, not to mention that, all the names for the time zones are just kind of useless.
Yeah.
Because even if you do know those names, it's not always clear where they fit.
No, and honestly, the time zones don't make sense either.
Nope.
Like, our time zone, Central European Time or summertime, doesn't matter, encompasses like all the way up from Norway and Sweden all the way down to Spain. Not Portugal, just Spain.
Just Spain.
But England is not. England is Greenwich Mean Time. But
it's so mean.
Yeah, and they're technically directly above France, so Central European Time just goes and hawks some of that and goes down again. It doesn't make fucking sense.
Nope.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Honestly, no, but
And then India's like 6.5 hours plus from UTC. Who the fuck decided half an hour? I don't understand.
England.
No, they didn't decide that.
But they colonized India.
Yeah, I know, but that doesn't mean they decided that.
No. But it's just easier if you're like, oh, I know my time zone is UTC whatever, plus or minus.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
This other time zone that I have to care about is UTC plus or minus this.
Yeah.
And then, well, okay, so I either just add or minus this amount.
Or you just add because either there's a minus in front or there isn't of the number.
If somebody's from the US and wants to watch this, they have to minus.
Yes,
supposedly.
that's true.
So, if they're on the other side compared to Val, then you have to minus.
Yes.
You have to subtract. But yes, anyways. I say schedule streams because we also do unscheduled streams.
Yes.
Where we play some different stuff. You can...
we play whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, what we feel like, something smaller.
Something we could just go in, do, and then stop whenever we want to it.
Also, daylight saving times adds confusion for some people.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I hate
hell.
it. I fucking hate it.
Can't wait for it to be gone. Sometime in the future. Well, it's gonna be gone at some point.
Yeah.
Probably not this generation, but
no,
hopefully
because
next.
Our parents' generation still wants it, so it has to at least go to us.
Even though my parents doesn't want it.
No, but
most of them.
My parents do.
Oh.
My father doesn't give a fuck, but my mom does.
Why the fuck does she care?
She likes it because she has winter depression.
Well, depending on what time zone we stayed in, it could help. If I don't know. Whatever.
She has winter depression, just like my grandmother. So they
I
like
also
it.
have winter depression, but I don't want to have to deal with this fucking shit like twice a year, changing me the fucking time for some fucking reason, just because some old people couldn't see in the fucking dark.
I mean, it was
I understand.
for the crops and anything.
We didn't.
No.
Yeah. No. Lots of places are getting rid of it, and that just makes things worse, honestly.
Japan doesn't even have it.
Nope. But that makes sense for them.
Yeah, I mean,
but they don't have it.
It's
or at least some parts of Japan.
I don't think they've never had it. Which is funny because they do have rice, they do have crops, but because of daytime, the amount of time that the sun's out is less than us. On average, I guess they just never really thought about that.
Who dropped it?
Because they're going to be out in the dark no matter what you do.
Yeah, so it didn't do anything for them.
No.
It's a little weird, but there's some science behind that I don't understand.
Pretty sure that there are some countries that changes over to summertime at a different time than we do. It's fucking confusing.
Yeah.
At least if you have it, let it be fucking international when it is. I hate it.
Because in North America, it is a different time where they do it. They do it like a week or two before us.
Yeah, I hate it because it fucks up with my perception of when things happen when I watch someone stream from America.
I don't mind it. Well, okay, depending. But for like in the case, I think is it winter time or something?
There is no winter time. There's only summertime and standard time.
Whatever.
But yes, I get your point.
That doesn't make sense. Summertime and standard time. So why not just standard time? Why is it not winter and summertime? It should be winter and summertime because it's for summertime and it's for winter time.
Well, I think the argument was that summertime is for summer and standard time is for the rest. It's not for winter, it's just for the rest.
Festivus for the rest of us?
Yes!
Uh-huh. Okay.
I think that's the meaning behind the names. Not that I necessarily agree with it.
Where'd I get to?
I don't know! We talked about that we do unscheduled streams.
Yes. Where it could be an idea to, again, follow us on social media. Because we post ahead of time of those on the unscheduled streams there, so there is a bit of a notice.
Yeah,
beforehand.
a slight notice, and so you don't start something. It could take a couple of hours if you wanted to come when we come on,
or just
if you're playing
be
Magic,
ready.
If for Ramona, like Ramona is, and you don't just start up a new match.
I will start up a match and then I will start the stream.
Yeah, but some people don't. People who are watching us, not you. I was just using it like playing Magic as an example of something you can start up on a whim, but could potentially take time. So they wouldn't be done before we already started. That's all.
Get a second screen, plebs.
Some people can't concentrate on that. There are some people, who can't.
I need a third screen.
Like, if you have autism, for example, you cannot do that. Because it's too much stimulation.
That depends on the person, honestly.
I mean, it depends on the type of autism, but Asperger's you cannot, for most people, if it's at least bad enough.
Yeah.
I know from my cousin
Yeah.
Experience, that is how it is.
Yeah.
He cannot have too many things at once near him. And that means 2 moving screens, or 2 different sounds, or whatever. So, anyways, I'm done. I'm done. You can continue.
Yeah.
You continue, I swear.
You swear?
Yeah.
On your mother's grave?
My mom isn't dead, so I cannot swear on that. I would very much like to point out that she's not dead, and I would not be mentally sane if she was. Because of my PTSD.
So, your mother's mother's grave.
Well, I don't know her, but I guess on my ancestry's graves, yes. I swear on my ancestors, just like Chinese people would do.
Yeah.
My ancestors' honor.
I mean, it sort of was also kind of what we did in...
just not the honor part.
No, not necessarily. Well...
It wasn't specifically honor, it was more their lineage that mattered than honor. It's a little bit different contextually, but whatever. We're done here. Continue with your end spiel. Please.
Am I missing anything else?
I don't think you've named that we have pre-recorded stuff.
I don't really do that currently, so...
Have you named our personal accounts? Not that you have to do that every time.
No, but we do have personal accounts where we do retweet the stuff from our personal Dayspace account.
Yes.
But yeah,
They're all down in the description, so you
Yeah.
could probably figure that out yourself. With whichever platform you
want
use.
politics? Follow me.
Yeah. I have
Ramona.
art as my name suggests on my social media.
Follow Chiyoko for art. Follow me for politics and pets.
And pets.
And pets. I've been posting a little more pets lately, but you know.
Absolute gamer love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Igo has found out that when you're not in your chair, which is kind of rare, but has been more often lately, she can just lay in it because it's comfy and it smells of mum.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I think otherwise we're done.
So, we will see you guys in the next one.
Use the next stream.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
And hopefully you'll get that highlight video out soon.
Supposedly, I don't know. I don't know how long that's gonna take. Have a good day.
Have a good day, Val. Have a good morning. See ya.
Bye bye.
Bye.